Mr. BigYin, would you like to give us a recap?
Well, yeah, I reckon.
Ah,
Actually, gonna.
new voice,
I
nice.
I can't do the hayseed thing anymore.
You
Hang on.
cannot. Remember, you're playing a different
Last.
kind of druid this time.
Well, last time on Dragon Ball. No, I'm not gonna go there.
I have to so many
So.
editing, so much video editing I have to do because of your bullshit. This is
No,
the
you
reason why
love
it's
it.
not done. No, I'm just kidding.
This is why you love me, Ranjit,
Uh,
because I give you things to do when you have nothing else to do.
I actually have been pretty busy. But yeah, it's all good. No, keep going.
So, in our last session, it steamed. It steamed. It was going to be pretty quiet. There were, quite a few days of travel with Mr. Leader. Apparently, Mr. Leader's aura is so powerful that nothing came to screw with us. There was a very competitive wizard chess game. Apparently, I'm a prodigy. I even managed to beat Mr. Leader. So that was kind of cool.
Who brought up the
Um,
chessboard?
I believe that was our good friend Ulrich Bronzebeard who pulled out the wizard chessboard and
Are y'all
decided to
good
teach
friends?
everyone how to play.
That's a better question. Are y'all actually good friends now? I don't know.
I'd like to think we're on our way there.
We are
Hey,
agreeable.
excuse me,
Yeah.
Mr. DM. Point of order. Who's telling the story right
No,
now?
no, you're
I
agreed.
am.
I'm just letting you know. Just giving you some, so you don't get too excited when for Mr. Bronzebeard if he's not actually that agreeable with you.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But anyways, we parted ways. As we were about to part ways, I got a rather disturbing letter from my little owl buddy, Wee Jock. Um, I quickly told Mr. Leader that after reading the letter, that apparently Furbolgs and humans are not a great match when it comes to, well, to genetics. And not that I would put it that way, but the pregnancy's difficult, and doesn't quite look like my sister or the twins are gonna make it. That kind of sent Mr. Leader into a bit of a rage, and he kind of ran around a field shooting lightning bolts all over the place. And then he and his guys quickly headed off towards the forest. Um, I kind of took over driving the cart for a bit because, well, I was rather distraught. And eventually we came across a was it a hill giant or a
Correct.
hill troll?
Hill giant.
Hill giant being attacked by a couple of two giant ants.
They're called
Um,
onkegs.
on cakes, thank you. And suffice it to say, we got involved. There was a bit of confusion because a hill giant threw rocks that nearly hit a couple of us. Um, but he was trying to throw it at the onkegs who had burrowed under the ground. They just hadn't reappeared yet, so it was kind of like an ill-timed throw.
Debatable.
Um, Brook had the brilliant idea that Zord up with he would try to Voltron with Lando, and they'd formed a two-person fighting single unit. Didn't quite work so well.
It's like the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So many things I have to figure out
Useless
now.
Useless went down. Got hurt. I managed to heal him. Brook, on the other hand, well, he didn't quite make it. That hill giant just crushed him.
Squish him like a bug, perhaps.
Yeah, kind of like a bug, just flat with bits splashed out all over the place. Not really a great sight. Um, and where we left off was Ulrich digging a hole, me wanting to burn Brook, and so we have to decide how we're going to. Oh, one more thing before we get to that point. Brook apparently could read and write and left a will giving his short sword to DQ Blizzardperson, his cuddle buddy. And apparently I got all of Brook's gold for putting up with all of Brook's shit. So
So,
that's where we left off.
Brooke, you want to tell everybody how much gold you had that you're given to BigYin?
I think I said this last time.
You did. You distributed it already, actually, I think.
It was like 120 something.
Yeah, I think it was
And I paid off
127 or something like
I
that.
paid my debt to DQ
And
Blizzardperson.
he gave me 22 gold, yeah.
All right, did y'all actually get rid of
Yeah.
that?
We
I did.
split it last time.
Yeah,
No,
we've
I'm
been
saying-
splitting it.
All right, cool. I will. Let me see. There's other stuff on his body. Do you guys want to loot the body?
I said yes. We should get all of his gear and figure out what we're gonna do with it.
Kind of fucked up.
He's still wearing a girl's clothes, right?
Correct.
Could've
Oh no,
sworn
he
you guys
threw that.
buried me.
No, he threw that at the hill giant.
Right, he threw that. That's right. Now I recall.
We'll bury him in his armor. That's fair.
So
He should
he's-
at least go to his grave with dignity on. with
So
dignity.
this is what he's got on him. He's got a love letter that none of y'all know who it's from. He's got a costume that won't fit anybody because he's small. He's got a belt pouch that probably also will not fit anybody because he's very small. He's got a viol, a sling, leather armor, a dagger, entertainer's pack, 2 sets of costumes, which, like I said, probably won't fit any of you guys, a backpack, a bedroll, 5 candles, 5 rations, a water skin, I guess 1 disguise kit left, and he's got his travel papers for Daggerford, and that's it.
All I want is the love letter.
Alrighty then. You have in your inventory, just put in 1 love letter, and I would put maybe in quotes Brooks with a question mark, or just Brooks as you want.
I'll take the rations and the water.
Okay. Add an extra water skin. Water skin is 5 pounds, so just be aware of that. You
What's my total encumbrance?
usually it's 10 times your strength.
Oh, okay. That's what I was gonna ask. So, I'm gonna take the bedroll.
Okay.
Good vultures.
How many rations?
He's got 5.
How much
Take
is
my
that?
skin too while you're at it, and my bones.
I take you up on that.
You know you wanted this from me.
He's got 5 candles. Don't know if anybody wants that.
I'll take the candles if they're like in a bag though. If they're like on his body.
They're on his they're in his backpack.
Or in my body.
Nope,
Okay,
not
if
in your
they're-
body.
If,
In your
if
backpack.
they're in the backpack, after we have interred him to whatever resting space, then I'll look in the backpack and take the candles.
Okay.
Lads, I suggest we follow Ulrich's suggestion and we bury him. We'll leave him with his armor, his clothes, leave him with his papers and his all of his disguises.
Probably
Let the
should
man go
burn-
with dignity
Probably should
in his
burn the
identity.
papers.
Probably
You
should
reckon?
Yeah.
We might be able to. Well, maybe if we kept the papers, we might find a forger that might be useful.
Or we
What do you want to? I guess my question is, what do you want to do with what do you want to forge his travel papers to say?
Never know when we'll have to forge a set
We
of
can give them
papers.
to another small person, and they can use
Or-
them.
You know, that is a thought.
Yeah.
We could always, not break the law.
Honestly, like I said, you guys. I don't know if this is table talk or this is in character.
I couldn't
Mine's
tell
in
you right
character.
there.
Mine's in character.
Okay.
I'm in character.
Okay.
I'm officially in character as of this point.
Got it.
If
Got
I'm
it.
talking in Scots, I'm in character. Well, I reckon you're right.
I think keeping the paper is an okay thing, guys. It's just a thought. I mean, it's not like we're gonna get caught doing anything too bad. It's an option, It's an extra option. So
If you want them, you may as well carry them, and then we'll bury him.
all right, sounds good. And I reach into
welfare.
Brooks'
shit.
pocket and I give him a little kiss on the head. Wait, is he decapitated? I forgot.
No, his body is very smushed.
He was crushed, and then he basically he had to have bled all over me, right? 'Cause he
Yeah.
was on my shoulders.
Pretty much,
So I'm
yeah.
covered in his blood.
And
He's
it,
basically covered in
So
fluid.
I kiss this pruny, bloodied version of
why?
because I want to. He was my spoon partner, and we don't get to do that anymore. So that's why I took the bedroll also. All right, how much
Yikes.
does the
Do you
paper weigh
think?
that
Do you
much?
think? Do you think we could take him into town and embalm him so that we can just carry him around as our mascot?
You know, that's up to you guys.
the
I
fuck
will.
is happening?
That is up to you guys. I am not.
It's not that far.
You
Oh,
guys,
God.
you guys don't have a cleric, so it's just gonna kind of rot until you get to the next
Okay.
town.
You know, I'd say, Lando, I'd say while that might seem like a fun idea, I reckon it's a bit beyond the pale.
Are you trying to? No. Quick
That's
question.
a hard no for me.
Quick question here, Lando. Are you trying to do like a weekend at Bernie's thing with Brooks' body, or what's the game plan here with that?
No, I mean, I think we just like we could do with a mascot. You know, like we can just prop him up on the
How would
cart.
that even represent us?
I don't know.
Oh, what's your mascot? Oh, it's a dead friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So travel papers just weigh like 1 pound. Well, actually, it's like a quarter pound. You can just put 0. I'm not gonna say travel papers weigh anything.
I put bedroll as 1. I don't know if it's more.
Bedroll is 7. If you just type in bedroll into the I where it says D&D 5th edition, it's under compendium. If you type in bedroll, you can click and drag it onto your character sheet.
Oh.
Or you
I
can
put
just
it-
change your the one that you already have to 2. That's another option.
Okay. Cool. That's what I was.
All right, so y'all just strip his body, just like looters.
No. We remove his stuff, but not his clothes.
Okay, so he's still got his leather armor on.
Yeah.
Are you guys leaving his dagger at his side or something?
I believe we should leave him with at least a weapon. No man should go to his grave without a weapon.
Okay.
I concur. Question about that sword that I'm getting.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that I emphasize that I did grab it.
Yep.
Do I put that under the weapons?
It's just a regular short sword from what you can tell. If you want,
Okay.
the way that he had it in his inventory was special in parentheses with a question mark and exclamation point.
So
Um,
again, search for short sword,
Okay.
and then drag that on, and then you can edit the name.
Got it. I
And
wasn't
then
sure
you'll-
if it was a different sword, that's why. Or
No,
something.
no, just yeah.
Then you'll get the attacks to show up in your attacks.
Correcto.
Drag it on. Yeah.
Okay.
The thing with the short sword that's special about it, that you guys remember, or maybe I don't know, Ulrich, do you want to kind of let him know what was special about it?
Ooh,
Because
I
you
don't
were there.
remember.
Oh, okay. Well, he asked you to kind of look at it because it had some dwarvish writing.
Oh yeah, dwarven, but I don't remember I don't.
You couldn't read it. Yeah, it's an older dwarvish script that you couldn't read that may or may not have any magical properties based off what that writing says. You guys couldn't tell.
Cool. Alright, I'm all set.
All right. Anybody else needing to do anything to this Brook? Yes. No. Okay. So if we were in person, how I would do this is I would take Brook's character sheet. There would be a small fire, and I would toss it into the fire. So we'll pretend I'm doing that as I delete his character sheet from the game. So his character sheet is now gone. So you guys want to do any last words, last rites? What you guys want to do with this?
In game, we put him in the ground, yeah. So is that yellow box where the grave is?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, where is the grave? 1 second. I don't. Ah, that's really far away. Sorry, I did not notice that box for a bit. Ah, okay. So who wrote the Here Lies Brook? I didn't know him, but I'm sure others liked him.
That's Ulrich.
Okay. Anybody else want to add to that tombstone? Useless, you following him?
Good riddance.
Yikes. Useless, you falling over to like be with the burial group, or are you chilling over on the side?
I'm gonna be chill on the side. I really don't care.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Hey, no,
just-
fair enough.
I'll say a prayer to the Wild Mother, and I'll say,
Who's your god again?
I don't think I actually chose one.
I thought you picked Pan.
Oh, I did pick Pan. You're right. I'll
You-
say I'll say a prayer to the god Pan for the wild to watch over this grave, and so that his body is used to help restore keep the wild going. And I'll say, well, he's a right mouthy shit, caused a lot of trouble, but there was a jolly soul there. I reckon if he had met Pan, Pan would have seen a bit of himself in him. And when you reckon that, there ain't much wrong with it. Still, I'll miss the little thud, and I'll just kind of wander off and get back on the cart.
Okay. Anybody else want to say anything?
I think silence is what he would want.
Yep, I agree.
Alrighty. Go ahead. We'll just say you guys righted the cart, and the cart's back over here now.
Okay.
Just so it's like more clear to what's actually happening. I'll delete this box.
Have you got Elwarin?
Yeah, I'll get him.
You get in the cart.
Wait, why'd you guys delete the box? Like that was his gravesite.
I did.
Because this map is
Because I mean,
reusable.
maybe I was planning on leaving this as a map specific to Brook's death. That's fine.
Who knows now?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter now.
I'm assuming based off you deleting tokens, you were not going to do that.
I was actually. I was okay. Again, just making a new. Like, I was just gonna make a copy of this and like leave this one as the Brook's dead. Sweet. All right, cool. Can we get the text back on there?
Still working on it.
Sweet.
I didn't even know you could write text.
So nobody else wanted to write anything on the tombstone. That's all of it.
There's only so much word you can write on a tombstone.
Yeah, we have to pay per character in this business.
Yes,
keep it short.
I'm pretty sure it's just scrawled on the ground.
Basically.
Here, I'm just gonna write this then.
You know what? I found a decent rock and etched into it with a piton.
Okay, yeah, we'll say you take some time to kind of etch into it. There are other rocks around on the road that you guys could grab and do the same thing he's doing if you wanted to. But if you don't want to, also that's fine.
Stripping his body of his material goods.
Yep. As they do in this game. There is no sanctity of life and death.
Nobody feed you? Like, what's going on?
Nobody actually knows. Nobody in our game knows.
And then off we go, right?
There we go.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, so we'll say you guys have found some nice stones. You could have put it kind of around his grave. And, yeah, off you guys go. Nice. So, yeah, let's go ahead and move you guys over to the world map. So you guys were right outside Ulwin is the town that you guys were at. So you guys spend, roughly 5-6 days on the road. Nothing really of note occurs during this time. You guys are just, out and about. And you see a couple of travelers kind of going back and forth. But, they just seem like normal merchants. Do you guys want to interact? You don't feel like you need to, but you can interact if you choose to.
Do we need to deduct anything for upkeep?
Not yet. No, don't worry about it. You guys have enough rations to get you to the next town that we're going to.
Okay. What kind of merchants are there? Are they just like general merchants? Is there any kind of marketing saying they have anything specific?
No, just general people. Nothing crazy.
So nothing like books or anything like that.
No, not on these guys. They're
Alright,
just
let's keep
chilling.
going. I'm driving, so let's just keep going.
Sure. So then you guys end up in Wamford. Wamford is a kind of like a shipping town. There's like a dock. There's a couple like shops that you can like upkeep your gold or your equipment and like getting new rations and stuff like that. And there's an inn. As you guys kind of get to Wamford, it's turning to evening time, and there's just the one inn. So you guys wander over to the one inn, I'm guessing, or you guys can sleep outside. It's up to you guys, I guess.
Let's go to the inn. Hey lads, let's go to the inn. We'll toss one back for Brook.
Sounds good.
So yeah, you guys wander into the inn. You let them know, or you see the barkeep. The inn's actually not super big. There's probably like 6 or 7 tables out. There's about 3 patrons there. One is a jolly-looking fisherman who looks like he's had maybe a little bit too much to drink. He's talking at the table with another sailor who's chiding him for kind of spilling his alcohol everywhere. And you see a guy kind of just sitting at a table at the far back of the room, and his back is to the back of the inn, so he can see the kind of the front of the door and all the people that kind of walk in.
He's pulling a Jason Bourne.
Yeah, he's surveying the area.
As a military.
We should go talk to that guy.
Sure. And then you see, yeah, the barkeep is obviously at the bar, and it's just the one barkeep. There's no like extra barmaids or anything like that. Seems like a.
I want to perceive the man without making it seem too apparent that I'm perceiving the other military guy.
What are you trying to perceive? I guess, and yeah, what are you trying to perceive?
I want to see. I'm looking for sort of a better description than a man in the back of the room.
Sure. Go ahead and make.
Like what sort of military he's from, maybe, or.
Well, I never said he's part of the military. Y'all just assumed that.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just...
Especially my character would.
Sure, that's fine. See what you
make
roll.
that assumption.
Nice. You rolled a 20. Look at that. Starting off
See
good.
everything.
So this traveler has a black hat. It's very wide rimmed with a mask on. The mask kind of looks like one of those like doctor's masks from like the 1400s in like
Doctor.
Plague mask?
yeah, like a
Yeah.
plague mask sort of. Yeah.
Like a freaky crow.
He's got chainmail still on his body with a cloak that kind of comes up to his ears. And he has a long sword kind of at his side with a shield next to him.
Military. Okay.
Sure.
Is this guy trying to fight?
He's just sitting at the bar drinking. He has his weapons on him because he hasn't found a room yet. I mean, this is like a pretty standard thing. Like people, like more normal, like adventurers that you see, or like other military folk that you guys would see around at other bars, look very similar to this, where like they just they're wearing whatever they were wearing, and then they have their weapons next to them while they're drinking and eating, and then they pick it up when they leave if they're not sleeping at the same tavern that they're drinking at, just because they want to have all their stuff with them, just because you never know what could happen.
I guess
Oh.
the main question that I was looking for is, do you have any sort of insignia on him?
I will let Nobody Knows describe that for you. Nobody knows.
I do have. Well, by insignia, I guess like yes, I do carry something that would kind of represent.
It's underneath your clothes though, so you wouldn't see that. He's asking if there's
Yeah,
anything
but
like
you
on your
wouldn't see it
shield.
because it's underneath my clothes.
He's
No,
asking if
it's
there's
not
anything
on
on
my
your shield.
shield or on my sword or anything.
Yeah, there's nothing prominent about his shield or his sword that would strike you, I guess. But with that 20, you feel like you may know him, Ulrich. You feel like there's an
Maybe
inkling
not.
that
If
you
he's
might know him.
If he's wearing a mask, I probably don't.
No, you do.
Oh, okay.
You feel like you might know who this is. With that 20 is what I'm saying.
My
Do I clock him as a predator?
What?
Do I like recognize him as like someone who has kind of
Predator.
is he a
as
worrying
someone who-
individual?
yes, someone who is like the different, like, you know, someone from nature might classify people into, are they predator, are they prey, are they shepherd, you know, how they interacting, how the environment is interacting.
Oh,
around
then
them.
yes, you would
Are
think that he
people
is.
a wide distance.
Oh.
Is he like looking to like protect everything, or is he like looking at everything like it's a threat, or is he just like looking, saying don't fuck with me?
Make a perception roll
Try
for
to-
me.
Yeah, because people always, you know, people can.
Yeah,
give
BigYin,
off
make
those vibes.
a perception roll for me, my dude. Nice. Yeah. He's not giving off any vibe that says stay away or like I'm going to hurt you or anything like that, but it also isn't a like welcoming kind of expression or like ambiance that he's projecting. It's just like I'm here.
Can I
yeah.
tell how tall he is? I mean, is he? Can I tell anything if like specific race, or is he just that he's humanoid? Is he taller than me?
He is humanoid, shorter than you, but like pretty, like he looks fairly normal sized for like a human. If you think he's pretty much a human based off like his build, so he's shorter than you.
Okay.
And
one more point to order: is he sitting at the back of the bar with his like back against a wall, looking at everything, or is he sitting at the bar with his back to the barman?
No, he's sitting at the back of like the tavern. Like the tavern, if you want to think about it, is like as you enter in, the bar is right in the middle back with like a U-shaped bar around it, and there are tables kind of to the left and the right of that bar, like kind of. But there's only like 5 or 6 of them total in the entire bar. He's just sitting on the right side in the back corner.
Understood. I just wanted to make sure I had the geography of the pub down.
Yeah, you're
Just
good.
'cause you said he was sitting at the bar for a minute, so I got a little confused.
No, I said he was sitting with his back to the wall, looking at the entrance, kind of clocking who's coming in.
All right.
You folks, go get a table. I'm gonna go hail the barkeep and get a beat on this man over here. Make sure he's not part of that death cult.
I'll go with you and buy around. It's the least I could do for the wee man giving me his money. And
If this guy kills me, I want you to kill him back.
no worry about that. So I'll go buy.
No promises.
So
A great way to enter the game, just kill everyone.
Yeah, could be interesting.
I'll walk
Final
up to
boss.
the bar. I'll walk up to the bar and casually sort of lean on it while BigYin's trying to get the attention of the barkeep and try to make small talk as if I'm friends with him.
Sure.
Like, hey,
Why, hello there. How's it going?
Good evening, barkeep. Good evening, landlord.
Barkeep is good. I don't have any rooms here, unfortunately.
It's fine. It's fine. But traditionally the purveyor of from what I've heard, the purveyor of a pub is called a landlord. But that's fine. Barkeep, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4.
Are you having trouble counting your friends, good sir?
No. I'll have 5 pints of your best beer.
That'll be a gold.
All right.
Friends
and
is a strong word.
Give me a 6, because we've lost a friend. And,
That'll be a gold and 2 silver then.
I'll give you 2 gold here.
Wow, that's a generous tip. I appreciate that. I don't give change.
That's fine.
All right, go ahead, subtract that 2 gold from your inventory.
Done. And I'll grab the 6 beers, and I'll slide one to Ulrich, and then I'll walk back to the table with the rest of the boys and
Pass
out
it
the
to
beers.
So yeah, while that exchange was happening, I was trying to have casual conversation with the armored man in the intent to garner more information about him, since I'm worried about the death cults.
Sure, go ahead and have your conversation.
So, interesting weather we're having, huh?
Sure
Directed
seems
at-
like it.
You been here long or just passing through? Look like you're ready for a fight. That's crazy.
Got here not too long ago. Wouldn't say I'm necessarily looking for a fight, but if you're looking for one, I would be down to step outside.
Nah, not right now. I'm off duty. We're just passing through. Already had myself a fight. Got my fill.
You really not recognize who I am?
You I don't know if you're aware. You got a mask on.
It's only been about a year or 2 since we last saw each other.
Time out. I thought it was 10 years, my dude.
Yeah.
No, is that 10 years?
10 years.
10 years
Yes.
ago? Oh yeah, you're right.
Jesus Christ, already forgot his backstory. All right, time back in. Continue.
It's
Restart
only
that.
been about 10 years ago.
Jesus Christ. It's only been about 10
Sounds so much
years. 10 years ago. Jesus Christ. All right, continue. We'll pretend you said that
well-
correct like a normal person.
I I've seen a lot of people in 10 years. You're gonna have to give me a little bit more to work on, I'm afraid.
Back to your military days. Who is your best officer?
I don't know your name, so.
Cromwell. My name's Cromwell.
Oh God, Cromwell, Jesus Christ.
No, I like it better when he's just like, I actually don't know what my best officer's name was. I
yeah,
couldn't
I
tell
was
you. I'm
like-
sorry.
Nobody knows, actually. Nobody knows his name.
Sorry, continue.
Is that actually what we're going with?
No.
You don't-
No. It was just a
Okay.
funny. It was just a funny segue.
So I'm like, oh, Cromwell? Is that you?
It's me.
Well, a lot has changed in 10 years now, hasn't it?
Hey, Cromwell, you want to change your name for us?
Sure.
People know how that's spelled.
Where do I change it
The big
first?
reveal.
What
Dun, dun,
what
dun.
prompted the mask?
Let's just say after you left the military, there were some not so good events that happened.
That's the military for you.
It was my last battle, serving with them. The whole, I don't know, would you call them a battalion? The whole battalion
I'd say probably
Wiped out.
squadron. Yeah.
got wiped out. It was supposed to be an easy task, but we ended up all dying because there was a big betrayal that happened. Not really sure why it was caused or who caused it, but it
Rail.
it killed me
Killed
mentally.
you. Mentally. Oh, I was
He's a ghost. Woo!
worried. Well, I have
Back,
killed
bitch, it's
some
Brook.
zombies.
No, I'm just kidding.
I have killed lots of zombies in my days, so we're not throwing anything out. Still haven't shown me your face, so I was a bit worried you're undead.
I'd show you my face, but there may be other repercussions.
Nah,
So-
that's unimportant.
So,
That's unimportant.
Ulrich, you would remember that back in the day, Cromwell wouldn't remove his mask. He'd only remove it during combat, because when he removed his mask, a bright light shone out of it and blinded those around him and scorched them with fire, and like burned their skins. So
Well, yeah, that's some good information to have now.
yeah, sorry. Thought he would have told you previously, but sorry.
Well, we are having a drink for a fallen comrade ourselves. You want to come join us and we can drink for the good old days?
No, I think I'm okay. I'll stick to my to where I'm at. But feel free to tell your buddies to come over if they'd like.
Alright, you didn't get glued to the seat or anything, did you? I'm just joking, it's a joke, relax.
Jesus,
Ha ha.
that's how Cromwell laughs in real life. Ha ha, ha ha.
I'm gonna walk over to the group
Sure.
and be like, oh man, I just ran into an old military buddy of mine.
That
So,
foreboding fellow.
yeah.
Particular about him that we should know about?
Pretty cool, I guess. Military, good leader, takes the mask off, kills a bunch of people. Pretty cool.
Sorry, what was that last thing?
With the mask. Don't take his mask off.
Okay,
leader.
I'll keep that in my don't do list. Got it.
Like, we literally got a wizard that can melt your skin off you.
Yeah, but I feel like one is a little bit more self-contained than the other.
Have you met him? Alright. So I'm gonna go have a couple drinks with my old buddy, catch up. I'll meet up with you a little bit later.
Sounds like a plan.
So yes, I will do that.
Cool. So Ulrich will go ahead and hang out with Cromwell. What are the rest of you boys up to? Drinking at this table?
I'm gonna proceed to get obliterated.
Sure. So
I'll toss
ro-
back my beer. I'll say
Yeah.
to the bard who could not inspire, and go clink glasses. I'll toss back my beer and I'll toss back Brooks.
Nice.
What's the time of day?
It's evening.
Okay,
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's past 5 o'clock in your time zone.
gotcha.
What's the time zone?
You know, it's a post. Never gonna tell you. Cool. So yeah, you guys are kind of doing that. I'm gonna say, since Lando's getting blasted, he ends up paying an additional 2 gold to get blasted like that. Just
Nice.
that's how many drinks it takes.
Not bad.
That's pretty cheap.
So I guess you could infer that each drink, each like beer, cost you 2 silver. There's 10 silver and a gold, so you can do the math on that.
I had 10 drinks. Nice. At least I know how to put them back. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, wasting our funds.
Go ahead. Go ahead. And,
Hey, I have 14 gold.
hey, you do. There you go.
I'm doing well.
Ulrich. I'm gonna keep an eye on Lando, make sure he doesn't fly into a rage there.
Sure. There, as you guys, the night kind of continues for you guys. You notice the other 2 kind of fishermen, sailor dudes. They head out maybe about an hour after you guys show up. During this time, Ulrich and Cromwell are chatting. Do you guys want to actually roleplay that, or do you guys just want to say you guys catch up? I'll let you guys decide.
I'm gonna do it in chat, just to not bog down the game with that, because.
Okay. Fair enough. Cool. So we'll say these 2 catch up. After Lando is blitzed, everybody else, I'm guessing, is just buzzed.
Hold on, can we pause just for 1 second? If we're
Sure.
doing it in chat, should we do this publicly or just between you and I?
It's up to you guys.
Not Ulrich.
Yeah,
Ulrich.
it's up to you. It's up to you.
Yeah,
We can do it publicly.
Cool.
I would argue it might just be faster to talk.
Yeah, but then I'd have to think about what I want to ask as everyone's waiting for me.
You know what? Fair enough. All right. We'll just then don't put it in the public chat because it'll just keep popping up. Like we might be in a different city and you still have things you're typing to each other.
Sure.
So cool. Yeah. So it's a couple hours in. It's getting late and the barkeep's like, "Hey there, folks. Do y'all got a place to sleep in town? Cause the one other inn that's available is probably shutting its doors soon. If you wanna."
Point the way.
Yeah, he's like, just hang a left and take it all the way down to the end of the road. That's where you'll find that inn.
Awesome. I head out the door immediately.
Alrighty.
I'll grab Lando by the arm and I'll say, "Come on, laddie, let's go get some shotai."
So
It's probably more like the hand because I'm pretty sure you're about 4 feet taller than I am.
yeah,
You're
I'm more or less holding you up.
You're leading me on like a child.
do you want to try to pick him up and like carry him out like?
Actually, I probably could. Let's try.
Well,
Let's try. And
you just want to be careful with that because you might morph into my roles, like
Oh, that's-
our previous friend
That's
did.
a fair
Yeah,
point.
Yeah.
You all remember how that ended.
Yeah.
And he hasn't bathed.
I'm
yet, so-
also still covered in his blood.
Yep, correct.
Yeah.
Just
So,
absolutely house.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
covered in
kinda-
blood.
Is there a river nearby?
Yes, you guys are like Womford is a port
Okay.
town, so there's like plenty of
Before,
water all around you guys. You
before,
could make an assumption that the inn probably has a bathing system of some sort. Like
Yeah,
there's
I'm gonna do something a bit
bathing.
more fun.
Fair enough.
Before DQ runs off, I'll be like, "Hey, DQ, grab a few rooms for us. Just hold them. I'll help cover it."
Am I not out the door
I'm-
already?
No, I'm grabbing.
he's saying
you
before you
run
run,
out.
before you run out.
Okay.
I'll say, go grab a couple of rooms, or as many as you think we may need. I'm gonna take this one here, see if I can get him cleaned up a bit before we show up. We didn't want him getting some poor some poor pub owner within an inch of his life with this one covered in blood.
The last
Yeah,
one
anyway.
seemed to be pretty okay with it, you know.
He
He had
didn't
no
get a good
issues.
sight of you, laddie. He didn't get a good sight of you. Come on.
You do see
Like-
how many people are inside of this pub, though, right? Besides us, I think there's a reason why you're accepted here. We're gonna
So I
definitely.
grab him by the hand. I just kind of lead him to the river. And
Sure.
I say, all right, kneel down here, and I just plunge him in, and I'll kind of plunge him in, kind of wipe the gunk off him, pull him out, make sure he's still breathing, put him
Gunk.
back in, wipe him down a little more, pull him out. It's like, you feel better, laddie.
Lando, I want you to roll a Constitution saving throw. I would like you to roll a Constitution
If
saving
I
throw.
kill him, this is gonna be fucking hysterical.
No. I wasn't gonna kill him. All right, cool. Yeah. So through all of the kind of dunking and up and down, you feel like a barf coming up, but you swallow it. You're like, nope, puke free since I don't know
93.
Yeah, 1493. Yeah, sure.
After I get
Er,
him cleaned up, kind of
yeah.
sobered up, I pat him on the cheek. I say, "You feeling all right, laddie? You feeling better? Got you all cleaned up now."
I didn't agree to this. I wanted to stay covered in blood.
Oh, laddie, what would Mr. Leader say? Wouldn't they like that now? Would he? And I promised.
Yes, he would. He's an animal.
He's a wee. He's a nice man once you get to know him. Come on, laddie. So I lead him off to the. I'm guessing he's still a little buzzed, so I just kind of lead him off to the.
No, he is sobered up with that 24.
He
He's
is fully
sobered up.
sober.
Not fully
Right,
sober, but like he can walk by himself. Like he's
I have an amazing ability to be drunk and then get sober just with a little dunking in the water.
Right,
Per-
then I'll just kind of track him off.
Yeah, you guys head over to the inn. I'm guessing what are you doing, Useless?
Yeah, I'm going in the end.
All right, cool. Elwarin kind of followed DQ out. Mr. Cromwell and Mr. Ulrich, what are your guys' plans?
How long is it between the drinking and everyone finding a room?
It was like a 5-minute walk from the tavern to the inn. So BigYin and Lando took like a 10-minute detour. So like took them 15 minutes, but everybody else got there in like 5.
From the time we walked into the bar.
Oh, like 2 hours, roughly.
Okay, I will probably be leaving with the group and then sticking with the main group, not
Sure.
BigYin and Lando.
Sure. Very cool.
Hoping I can piggyback on one of their rooms and sleep on the floor.
Sure. Cromwell, what's your game plan? You heard the same thing that the rest of them heard, that the inn is a little bit down the road.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna go with Ulrich, not really with any intention to crash in anyone's room, obviously, but just with the intention of catching up with Ulrich.
Sure. Cool. All right, so y'all head over to the inn. Each night is about 5 silver at this inn. For a room, the room can house up to 4 people inside of it if y'all squeeze. There's 2 beds, so 2 people can sleep on the floor. How do you guys want to do it?
I'll pay
How many gold is in a silver? Is it just 100?
What? It's 10 silver and 1
10
gold.
silver and a gold.
Oh, okay, cool, thanks.
And they said they're 5 silver each.
Yep, 5 silver each room.
So I will. I'll pay for 1. So
Okay.
I'll get a bed. And Lando.
So you guys need
Okay.
2 rooms.
Sure,
Minimum.
I will room with him.
Yeah,
Alright,
so there's-
Alright, so BigYin got one, and I got one.
Okay.
hey, cool.
Can I,
5
like,
silver pieces.
cram it to both?
Cool. I'm guessing Cromwell got his own room.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So with the room comes breakfast in the morning. The innkeeper lets you know, and she's a nice, portly woman, and she says lights out in about 10 minutes. Yeah, just don't let me catch you anywhere near my room. That's all I gotta say. But feel free to come in and out as you need to. Breakfast will end at 10 a.m. and then you'll have to pay for lunch or whatever else you want to do. Good night. And she sends
So
you guys off to your rooms.
I'll wander off back. I'd like to actually wander off back outside and go take a bath. Just go for a swim in the river to clean off. Just because I figure there's no hot baths, so I'll just go swim in the river.
Okay, fair enough.
Good assumption. I, on the other hand, would like to to search or look for a possible bathroom.
There's a. She lets you guys know that there's a. The water has now gone cold because the fires were put out since it's late in the evening, but there's still like water there to like clean yourself off with.
I forget, am I cold-blooded technically?
You are a lizard, so you will
So,
get
yeah,
cold. Yes.
So, yeah, probably.
The river is just as cold. Just as a heads up.
That's fine.
if
I'm
you
a
had-
verb-
Inside,
I'm
with
warm-blooded.
that knowledge.
If you had somebody with possible magic that would make it warmer, that might be useful.
Yeah, it would.
It would, wouldn't it?
Anybody want to help a brother out? Take a bath. I'll make sure that we're secure and safe in our rooms tonight. I'll set up some traps if anyone could help out. No one? Awesome. Looks like whoever's okay.
I mean,
Oh, really?
like I said, do you want to? If you offer money, there might be somebody willing to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
No, fair enough. No, hey, I'm just trying to help you out as a cold-blooded person to feel warm.
Yeah, I'm cheap right now.
Yeah, well,
I'm
is what
about
it
to
is.
hit 100. 3 digits is a big deal to me.
Fair enough.
I'll walk back to the river and just jump in, take a nice bracing cold bath in the river. Cause hell, I grew up on a nature boy.
Can you see in the
Doesn't bother
dark?
me at all. No, I light myself a torch.
I think I can see in the dark.
Yeah. Okay, so you have that torch out. As you have that torch out, you see kind of different boats kind of coming in and out from the harbor as you are taking your bath. That's it. That's all I
That's
want to
fine.
say.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Do I notice anything about the boat? Actually, do I notice anything about the traffic while I'm? Not that I know anything about boat traffic or anything. considering I lived
Roll a
in-
perception check with disadvantage because you can't. It's hard to see that far.
That's fair, and I probably left the torch somewhere where it won't go out.
Yeah. 8. So with that 8, you see you just see like 3 or 4 boats, but like you said, you're not very knowledgeable on like how boat traffic works, especially in the evening or in any major city for that matter. And this is not to say this is a major city or anything like that.
Yeah,
but-
it'd be regular old river
Yeah,
traffic.
but you're not super confused or you're not super like shocked to see a few boats coming in and out.
Is anyone confused to see me in the river just like paddling about and getting
No.
cleaned up?
No, nobody seems to care.
No.
You're
When I'm
you're
done-
pretty far away from their boats, so they're not concerned with what you're doing.
Alright, when I'm done, I assume I just kind of dry myself off and get dressed and wander off back to the inn and climb into bed and go to sleep.
I mean, you can walk back naked. That's entirely up to your character. I'm not going to
No,
make
no,
that decision for you.
I put my clothes back on.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Oh,
Clothes back on.
yeah. Can I decide to just, be clothesless now going forward? Because all my other stuff is covered in blood and I have nothing else.
You could. That may have implications for you as like a social thing. But yeah,
Okay.
technically you could walk around naked. I don't know if the party members will want to hang out with you. But technically
Say,
speaking, yeah.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess.
No. Funny enough, you have to cross a bridge to get out of the town. Ha! Anyways.
Oh, you're so cute.
I do my best. Cool, yeah, so you guys have an uneventful night. Lizard Boy, roll a Constitution saving throw for me. Alright, yeah. So, the night was kind of cold for you, but fortunately when you woke up you didn't have like a cold or like any sniffles or anything like that. Yeah, you were kind of cold last night until you woke up this morning and the sunlight was on your body and you could feel the warmth from the sun. That was it. Cool. I'm guessing you guys wake up at like a normal time and go get breakfast at the inn. Is that what you guys are doing this morning?
That means my health gets back.
Yeah, I mean, this took like 6 or 7. This took like 6 days to get from the last battle to this town. So yeah, y'all had been fully rested with spell slots and all that jazz.
I'll go downstairs. I'll just kind of take a look at. Did I get up before Lando or not, or was he up before me?
I'll let you guys decide that. I don't know if Lando's an early riser.
I'll roll out of bed probably early, and
Sure.
I'll check. I look over, don't see Lando. Don't see that Lando's up, and I'll just kind of wander downstairs, see what the landlady's up to, and talk about breakfast and see what's been going on around here.
Yeah, she's got some eggs, some toast that she's been cooking up, and a soup of some sort that you're not sure what it is exactly.
Good morning to you, miss. It's
Ooh.
a fine, right, nice inn you have here.
Why, thank you, laddie.
Oh, has there been any trouble about? We had a bit of a to-do with a hill giant about 6 weeks ago, and then
6 days ago.
6 days ago, and we're on our way up to Red Larch to look into some business there. But has there been any rumors of nasty things about?
Just the normal. People are out doing criminal activities sometimes, but it's just kind of like a normal town. Nothing too crazy.
What might you be having there in that pot? What is that wonderful smelling thing in the pot I smell?
There's a sausage, there's toast, and on the side here I got some soup.
I'll have a wee bit of all that then. What'll that earn me?
No, it's part of the inclusive package for your night's sleep. And she
I'll
just
leave you over on the table then, and I'll
she
take
picks
my
it up.
food.
Yeah, she picks it up and she puts it. She says, "Thank you kindly."
Not a problem.
Anybody else getting up to eat breakfast, or are y'all sleeping in? What's the game plan here, guys?
Yeah, I got up probably shortly after dawn.
Okay.
Can I assume that we took care of the horses, that they're stabled somewhere?
Yeah. I don't feel like you guys were at an inn. It was taken care of. I didn't want to like do you guys dirty that way. It just when you guys are out in the wild, there's something that needs to be done. But when you guys get to towns, it's taken care of. It was part of your 5 gold entry fee, or 5 silver. Sorry, 5 silver entry.
Some DMs will do that.
I mean, I will do that to you guys when you're on the road, and you guys have stolen them. Yeah, and if you guys stole them from somebody else and didn't kill the people that you stole them from, that I will. Yes, that is something that could happen. But not when you guys are in a city. Okay, so Ulrich woke up just a bit after dawn. Is he getting breakfast too? Is he doing anything else?
Yeah.
I wake up roughly at the same time and head down as well.
Alrighty.
My normal workout routine.
So
Wake up later.
yeah, what is your normal workout routine? Because you are on the second story of this inn.
Well, I wouldn't do it on the second story.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, I would go down outside.
I don't know, is Ulrich
to-
a considerate person?
Yeah.
No, just checking. Yeah, just checking.
Yeah. I go do like 20-minute run,
Mm-hmm.
and then push-ups, pull-ups if I can find somewhere to do pull-ups. General calisthenics. Get
Sure.
warmed up.
Cool. Yeah, Cromwell, what's the game plan here, buddy?
I'm just about to actually. I'm still typing to Ulrich kind of offline here, but I think the idea would be for me to stick with the group in the future. But as for this morning, I'm not really doing anything. I'm just kind of sitting in my room.
Okay. So it's breakfast. You all have eaten your breakfast now. Llus was the last to kind of get to the breakfast table. The landlady, the owner of the inn, goes upstairs and says, "Oi! Breakfast's almost done. If you're not coming, there ain't nothing gonna be there for you." And she walks back down. She's still at you, Cromwell, by the way.
Hey, useless. You got that symbol from that cult?
Yeah, you seem really interested in this thing.
But yeah, I want to get rid of them.
Okay, sure. I can understand that. This is
So,
like
wanna,
you've
I
asked
have,
me like 5 times already.
yeah, I want to draw it down. Get a good look at it. Since we are on the road, I didn't really want to take my eyes off the road just in case, I don't know, a hill giant showed up and killed us.
Well,
Now that we're in a building.
I'll show you the symbol, but something tells me it's probably better off not in your hands at the moment. No offense.
I'm not gonna take it.
cool. So it looks like this.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, forget. I don't know if you guys can see a name. Forget that name doesn't exist, but that's what it looks like.
Black Earth.
Yeah, forget that name. You guys don't know that name yet. Don't mitigate me, or I'll actually have to like do things to you guys.
Making notes. The DM showed us the name of a cult we don't know the name of yet. This is the name of the cult. We're not allowed to metagame it.
Correct.
Cool.
Good
Uh,
note.
I've added a screen cap of the whole thing into my notes as well.
Correct.
So, are you guys looking to finish off this cult, or like what? This whole time I never really asked you what you guys were up to. We're just sort of heading in the same direction at this point.
If you don't mind me stepping in, Ulrich. Am I part of this conversation, by the way? Kind of off.
Did
off.
you coming downstairs? I don't know, dude. You said you were sitting in your room.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You
Yeah,
said you're
okay.
sitting in your room. Like I said, it's
I
up to
know,
you.
I'm coming downstairs, kind of hearing Ulrich talk about like, hey, what are we doing here? We're kind of on the same path, and I overhear like, hey, we're talking about these cultists, and I know that from the conversation that I had last night with Ulrich, I know that he's searching for these cultists. So I come down and I'll say, oh hey, like, hey Ulrich, if you don't mind me stepping in, think it'd be a good idea for me to
I'll be right back.
join you at least, Ulrich, in helping you defeat some of these cultists.
Well, I'm not gonna say no to that. That's for sure. Having you by my side again would be a good old time for sure.
Regarding the question of the cultists, I don't necessarily think that we are. It's our main goal, but it seems like it could be something that is.
So, what is your main goal?
Good question. I'm having a hard time ready to look back at my notes.
You're like stalling.
Out of curiosity, is he talking to the whole group or
Yeah.
just to useless?
To all you guys.
Okay.
Talking to all you
Yeah,
guys.
he's talking to the whole group.
Well,
Oh,
if
thank
you
God,
don't mind
thank you.
my
Good
stepping
memory.
in, lads.
Come in, help me.
Oh, it's
Like big
the
in.
cultists.
Oh, my savior.
The cultists would be useful. We didn't know what they're about, but we ran into them when we all met. That's how we all got started. We were hired on a job to ferry some supplies to Welton. And one of the gentlemen that hired us was captured by these here cultists and taken. His name was Arden. We didn't know what happened to him. We were a bit late to rescue him. Yeah, it seems to be that's where our trouble started, being a day late and a gold coin short, you might say. We traveled from Welton, we did a wee bit of work, and we were tasked before we met you to go on off to Red Larch, to at least our elf friend over there, and I were tasked to go and look for some moon elf princess who got lost. She got lost on a. She was sent off. She was out carrying a pouch of magical seeds intended to replace a magical grove. In the and they got lost in the Belliard area. And Red Larch was to be our starting point for additional information. We're doing this job for the Emerald Enclave via the Dewande clan. Now, at the same time we were getting this job, a couple of the other council members, who apparently are faction reps of their own, all talked to the rest of this lot and gave them missions which they've, for their reasons, declined to talk about. So I don't know what they're looking into, but as it turns, we're all going to Red Larch. So if the cultists are there, we may pick up a bit of a trail then. But that's our order of business.
So you're looking for a princess who's got a magic seed to make a magic forest.
Aye, that's what I'm looking for. But I reckon there may be there may be cultist adjacent from what I see.
So yeah, just point of order. It's a delegation for Mirabar. The ones that are talking to BigYin and Elwarin, their kind of skin in the game for this delegation is this princess elf with her magical seeds. But there are other players within that delegation group that were supposed to be in Red Larch and have gone missing, as it were. Just as a point of order for y'all, because I don't want you guys to get like your things twisted.
Would you have brought up Mirabar at all, BigYin?
It's been quite a few weeks since I got that information, and I didn't make a note of it at the time.
Yeah, they all were told that they're a delegation from Mirabar. Yeah,
admittedly, my note taking's gotten a lot better since
Sure.
then.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
I added that information to it. But
Yeah.
I mean, I took those notes back like
it's chill.
before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, it's chill. The BigYin would have told you that it's from Mirabar.
In terms of story, I would have told you.
Yeah.
Okay. Mirabar, huh? I'm from Mirabar. In fact,
Oh,
that's where
yeah.
I met. That's where I met this folk.
Well, then you may as well travel along with us. You may actually know this here
Ah.
princess I'm looking for.
Another point of order: they don't all necessarily come from Mirabar. That's just what the delegation name was called because that's where they met up.
And I'm a bit of a country hick.
That's
I
fine.
Don't know that.
Just letting y'all know as a point of order because that was also given as information.
It's a delegation from Mirabar.
Yeah.
Everyone is
Correct.
from Mirabar.
Yes,
Yeah, I get
correct.
it.
Yeah.
I know.
No, I'm just letting you
Thank
know,
you.
just like for your notes and stuff like that, not necessarily like to like
clarifying.
in-game stuff. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, this is intriguing. Lots of old ghosts are showing up again, huh? Mirabar, Cromwell. I think we best be heading to Red Larch.
Not a ghost yet, Ulrich.
Well, it's just a turn of phrase, you know that.
Uh-huh.
I think we should be headed to Red Larch sooner than later, because things just get weirder and weirder the longer I spend with you guys.
I reckon. You know, I'd say you're right. I mean, I'm a wee bit tired of being a day late and the coin short.
I need you to stop saying that, BigYin.
Can I say I will?
That's fine. I'm just gonna drop
Again,
that.
you're going to have to get used to it there, laddie. I'm gonna
You
say
want me
it
to
well,
summon a
bit.
familiar? Pretty good.
Oh, Christ, I didn't want to deal with that shit again.
Cool. All right. So we'll say you guys head out after a fulfilling meal, and yeah, you guys are kind of head out on your way to Red Larch. You don't see a need to stop at Bargerite because it's less than half a day from Wumford, so you guys just kind of keep going. And about a day before you guys get to the Red Larch, you guys are making camp, and through your guys' conversation, I'm gonna say BigYin asks what Red Larch is about because he's kind of a country hick. He's never been to this kind of city before. Can I say that, BigYin? Are you okay with me using that?
I've been to Daggerford, but I've never spent a large bit of time in any city. What can you all tell me about this here Red Larch?
Cool.
Is it a big place?
Yeah, could everybody make a history check for me, except for BigYin?
Excluding me, I
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
Three.
I have -1 history with that.
That is how it goes.
Me too.
Okay, got a 15. 16. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Sweet. Cool, yeah. So with that 15 and 16, I can give you guys this this sick intro to Red Larch. So yeah, Red Larch has been an important stop in the long road for 2 centuries now. Named for a distinctive stand of red larch trees that were cut down when the hamlet was founded. Red Larch became a settlement in the first place thanks to a drinkable spring that fed a sizable pond ideal for watering horses, oxen, and kind of other animals for labor. An east-west trail meets the long road at the pond, running west to the logging community of Clendon, and to the east it is Bargerite Inn, which you guys kind of passed, and then eventually Secomber, which is the kind of bigger town on this road. And there are some ruins that have been long kind of left by normal folk. So monsters and kind of outlaws kind of run those. Recently, some new quarries were opened at the northwest edge of town, so they've been able to get lots of marble. And fortunately for them, Waterdeep loves marble, so they've been doing a lot of trading with Waterdeep and kind of getting money that way. Red Larch is also the center for stonecutters quarrying slate to the fringes of the Somber Hills, which is kind of this mountain region right next to the Red Larch. While Red Larch remains a prosperous, you guys have all
Which
kind of
hills?
the Somber Hills, which
Somber
is
Hills?
right next to Red Larch. So like while it's been prosperous, everybody's kind of heard of some like dark things that have been happening around there. The Somber Hills are no longer super safe, with monsters kind of being everywhere. So nobody kind of goes berry picking anymore or like hare hunting. Some kids used to back in the day. It was like a tradition every summer and fall that they would go do that, but now it's kind of more like a test of courage than a actual thing that people do nowadays. Children have gone missing when they've gone and done these things, so it's not ideal. Banditry has been on the rise, and the weather seems to be going a bit wonky, kind of like global warming, but more unpredictable than that. And several shepherds, they've seen strange figures kind of watching them from distant hillsides in the fields, where they kind of graze their flocks. Quarry workers used to cut by torchlight, but they don't do that anymore, kind of fleeing the pits every time it gets close to evening. And there are some spooky rumors about dark robed figures and stone masks lurking in the darkness. So y'all would have heard, I guess Llus and Ulrich would have heard that the townsfolk are kind of scared, and they're not quite sure what's kind of coming up in the future for them. So that's another reason why Ulrich, why you wanted to kind of go Red Larch. It was kind of like a secondary, super secondary thing for you. The cultists were like number one, but if the cultists ended up leading you to the Red Larch, it kind of was a kind of cherry on top for you.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, Useless, you kind of heard all this when you came down from your mountain. You were kind of like hermity abode when you came back into the rest of the group. And yeah, that's what you guys know about the Red Larch.
Cool.
Get all that BigYin?
Let's see. Let me just read this back. DM.
Mhm.
Red Larch, named for stand of large trees, major crossroad town, or does it classify as a city?
It's a settlement.
Okay, so I'll put town. Crossroad town and trade post for livestock. Additionally, there are marble quarries with trade for Waterdeep has increased. Trade and slate with the Somber Hills. Recent dark troubles in the area. Somber Hills have increased monster activity. Additional weather has been erratic. White-robed figures and stone masks in the dark. Cultists? ?
Dark robed, not white robed.
No, dark robes. So definite cultist! ! Banditry is also on the rise. Etc. Did
Yep.
I hit the high points?
Yeah, that's good enough.
Okay. And who do I need to track down in this city? Hang on, there's someone I needed to track down. Starting point is swinging sword, the high sun in the help at the high sun.
That's where you were told to go first, but they didn't have a name of the contact for you for that city. They just know there's someone from the Emerald Enclave in that city that you should go talk to.
Yeah,
They just didn't remember.
Contact. I was just trying to remember where I needed to go.
Yeah.
For me.
No worries. Yeah, they told you to go to
Wait.
one of the inns.
Is the swinging sword or the high sun or help
Yep.
at high sun?
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
called the help at high sun.
Those were the two. Those are the two locations they told you to go to, the swinging sword or the helm at the high sun, to get information.
Okay. That's it. So I'm assuming we pulled into the town at this point?
No, this was the night before. You guys are camping out, and you guys are not too far away, but it's kind of darkness is kind of settled, and not that you guys are necessarily scared of the dark with all these kinds of things, but you guys are just being more cautious and kind of camping out the night before you guys get there.
Let's light a fire, and I'll take first watch.
Cool. Y'all want to talk about anything else, or just chill with that?
I'm cool just chilling with that.
Cool. All right. How's the watch setup going?
I'll take either first or fourth out of 4 watches.
I'm taking first watch. So.
Do we all have like night vision of some
I
sort?
should not take any watch.
I've
I'll
got a
take the
fire
night
lit,
watch.
so-
I just don't want to have another run-in with unluckiness.
Are all these watches during the nighttime?
Yeah, they're all well.
Should have
It's dark out.
Two people a watch.
I will take the second watch.
I already did my deed and I ruined it last time. I'm gonna
I-
emphasize that as much as I can.
That's because you're by
DQ,
yourself.
DQ, you're with me. 4th watch.
Sounds great, Ulrich.
Does that mean I have the third one to myself?
No.
I can pal around on third watch.
Nice. Love it. Let's do it.
No one wants to join me. I see how it is.
They don't know you that well, dude. Elwarin sticks around with
Ulrich, do you wanna
with
invite
with
your,
BigYin.
Your old pal with us?
It's like,
I'm on second watch.
Cromwell. You know what?
I'll do my own thing. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, Ulrich, I think you're pretty comfortable with Cromwell kind of having his
Yeah,
own watch.
that's-
You've kind of seen him. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Like I said, and plus the rest of you guys don't really know him that well. Is would be my guess. Right. So.
Hey, DM.
Yep.
Can I actually? I'm wondering if it would be better if I shifted into a wolf, or
It's up to you, dude. You can do whatever makes you feel best.
no. If I shift though, will I get my slot back the next day?
Yeah.
Because I'll
that's-
technically have rested.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'll spend like I'm assuming it's a dusk watch, so I'll spend while there's still a little light left.
I mean, it's you and Elwarin kind of taking that watch. So.
So I'll spend the first part of it reading, let Elwarin take the brunt of it, take the first half, and then I'll switch into I'll read from my book a wee bit, and then let's just say midway through the watch, I'll shift into a wolf for the enhanced sense of hearing and smell.
Okay.
Question for the group.
So I'll just mark that I won't need to mark I've shifted, but
Yeah, don't
I'll
worry about
have
that.
the direwolf ready. I'll have my direwolf sheets up.
Sure.
Sheet up.
Does the group sleep in their armor?
I do. I have.
I thought you're not wearing armor.
Quote unquote.
Yeah, I know
armor.
exactly. I sleep in it.
Haha. Ha ha ha.
So,
That was
I
Cromwell
guess-
laughing.
I guess DM.
Mhm.
How do you handle armor at
I-
night?
Yeah, so I let them, if they choose to wear it, they can wear it. I haven't really gone too far in the deep end with that. On if they like have to like don and doff, like I just kind of hand wave that.
Okay.
Obviously, if they get surprised in the night and they're not wearing their armor, then they don't have their armor on, right? But I let them choose if their armor's on or off. It is very uncomfortable sleeping with like chainmail and stuff like that, but I would say probably leather armor and like other light armor is probably okay to sleep in, but like chainmail and like heavy armor would not be something you'd sleep in normally.
When
is
you
what I would say.
order with chainmail, you usually have some kind of padded coat underneath it, so it's not directly against your skin. It's just
Yeah,
heavy.
but yeah, it's heavy, and then like when you try to lay down or whatever, you feel all the individual chains, right? So
No, you don't. Not with the padded gambazin on underneath.
okay, all right. Well, I'm just letting y'all know, like if you're wearing chainmail, you're probably taking that off to sleep. That's what I'm just saying. But we didn't have any like heavy armor users until now.
Yeah, we don't have any really.
Well, no, we got 2 now.
Now we have
Well,
two.
now we do. I meant before.
But yeah, before we didn't, everybody's just wearing leather armor or no armor.
Either leather or none.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if you have to put your armor back on, that's going to take some time, obviously.
15 minutes.
Yep, it's a long time. So hopefully y'all don't get caught unawares. Cool, yeah. So the night goes. You guys everybody on the different watches kind of hears noises, kind of all around, kind of cackles and like shuffling of feet, but like multiple groups of feet. They're all far off, so you guys aren't concerned about them kind of approaching you. And you hear a few howls in the night. But yeah, nothing kind of approaches you guys or kind of gets close to your camp. But you definitely can feel the quote unquote spookiness of the area kind of seeping into your bones. And you wake up the next morning, and yeah, I'm guessing you just get back on the road. You guys can, based off the map, you guys can reckon you're about an hour, hour and a half out from the Red Larch.
Sounds good. Well, let's get going.
Cool. All right. So y'all end up moving on along, and you end up in the Red Larch, and you're coming from the western part in Cairn Road right over here.
Okay.
With your cart, just kind of wandering in, kind of going about your day. Yeah. So I'm guessing BigYin is driving the cart again.
What am I seeing in terms of what are the people, other than the fact that they're seeing a rather tall furball driving a cart? Am I seeing anything kind of hangdog expressions? Do the people look beaten, wary, scared? What is the general pulse of the city? Do they feel like a bunch of panicked birds ready to fly, like a bunch of prey ready to freak the hell out and scatter, or are they just kind of nervously aware of what's going on, like there's a threat out there, but they feel safe within their four walls?
It's daytime, and everybody seems to be jolly. You don't really see too many people where you're coming through. You can kind of guess based off the lack of people. I mean, you see some like houses and like you see some farmland kind of to your left and to your right.
But it's early in the morning then.
Yeah, I mean, not early. Like farmers are out, like kind of tending their crops and stuff like that. I would say, if you had to put a time to it, it's probably close to 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And yeah, it just people are just kind of generally walking around. Like I said, they don't seem like too scared or like that. But like I said, it's also the daytime, right? And your information that was told to you guys, well, two people that had the information kind of told you guys the night before was that it's evening time is when kind of things go sour for this town for the most part.
No, I get that. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Because even if, because usually any kind of town, it would be my thought that any town under this kind of threat, there's a veneer of, okay, it's daylight, continue business as normal, but there's still kind of something beneath the surface where they're like, oh shit, this person's gone missing or something like that. So it's like, it's, has a house been raided recently? Has someone gone missing? There's always kind of like, is there a sense of tension that I'm feeling? Like, am I picking up any vibes of tension due to the situation of the air that the area is under?
I'm gonna say with your passive perception, it doesn't feel like anything too crazy is happening, but like I said,
15?
huh?
My passive perception's 15, so
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like anything crazy. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like anything crazy. I mean, if you wanted to like interact with the villagers, that's one thing you could do. But if you're just kind of like looking around and kind of getting a sense for how everybody's feeling, yeah, there's like obviously there's like tension because it's like a town, and it's normal like town tension. I don't know, maybe you wouldn't know what normal town tension's like being kind of out in the woods all the time. But I mean, people are chalking. Nobody seems to be like on guard more so than you would say is normal.
So basically, from what we can tell by just passively walking through the town, everything seems normal.
Yeah, it seems like a normal town. Yeah.
Okay. Did you point out the notable shops that we might want to visit aside from the inn? At least I'd like to know where the two inns at least where I'm supposed to visit, and any notable shops that we might want to visit.
Sure, but first things first. On your guys' screen right now, if you click on the zoomed in image, that's kind of a cool little picture that they gave me with the module. Kind of gives you insight into like how the town looks.
That's cool.
It's a cool little thing I wanted to share with you guys.
That's nifty.
Yeah. So so as you are kind of wandering through, you see some guards kind of wandering around, just normal like cops. They're not necessarily looking for trouble or like think you guys are trouble. They're just kind of around, just making sure nobody's doing something dirty or like
They
wrong.
noticed we have an orc in the party.
Yeah, but it's like a decent sized town, and they've had it's like a very well traded town, so
Okay.
it just kind of is what it is. Like obviously,
So-
like they're probably a bit more on edge than if you guys were all human, because
But I
y'all
mean,
got
no sense of prejudice as like
No.
when
the
Llus
very
got
first
arrested
the very
day
very
one.
first town, and like with a population of 10 people. No,
Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
none of
Just in
that.
case we have to break him out of jail, we have to either break him out of jail or bail him out.
No, none of that. So yeah, so there's a sheriff looking dude kind of over here. You're on your cart. He says, "Why, hello there. My name is Constable Harbrook. May I see your papers, please?"
Papers. Yeah. Do you need to see all of our papers or just mine, sir?
Well, ideally all of yours.
Well, here are mine, and I'll hand him my papers. Like, right, lads, out with the papers. We're being inspected.
No, not an inspection. I just like to see who's in the town. You guys are travelers. I just need to make sure you're like allowed to be in towns. I check against any bounties on your names, and we go from there.
Aye.
I just don't want troublemakers in my town. I don't see why that's a big deal.
I hop off of the cart.
Oh, I guess I should preface this. Ulrich, you have papers, and so do you, Cromwell. Keep going. Sorry.
Question: how does the military rank work?
He's
Does
not
that
a
work on
military dude.
people like, okay.
I mean, like I said, you can tell him you're of military and whatever. Like, you probably get some props with this dude. But he's not a military man. He's just like a cop. So that's like you asking, like, oh yeah, if I'm a Marine and I go tell a cop that, hey, I'm a Marine, like, does that mean anything to them? Yeah,
Is he
like,
gonna arrest me? Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's cool, but like, yeah, like Ulrich kind of pointed out there, it's not like they're not necessarily part of your same. Yeah, thanks for posting the same thing. Very useful.
But yeah, I'm gonna just shake his hand, show him my papers. Be very
Sure.
open.
Yeah. He just kind of looks over everybody's papers. He's like, everything seems in order. Do you guys need any help getting around? Or is this your first time here? I haven't seen your guys' faces before. I've got a pretty good eye for people's. So, yeah. What can I help you guys with?
Well,
Oh, you might want to if you wouldn't mind pointing me in the direction of the swinging sword or the helmet high sun. I'm looking for someone there.
Oh.
And any notable shops that might be worth a visit for some business.
Yeah. Just take this road. He kind of points this way. Take this road kind of all the way down. And then at the next big intersection, the long road, just take a right. And you'll see both inns on either side of the road.
And then shops, you might say.
Yeah, you'll find them up and down the long road for the most part.
Anyone selling books?
Why, yes, we do have a bookseller. Yeah, there's a couple of them. He just kind of tells you that there's two shops, and when you guys get to that point, I will tell you which shops you're going to. How about that?
alright, BigYin. Quit asking the man-in-law about where things are. Maybe talk to the barkeep. I'm
This
sure
guy
the
always
man's
talk
got-
that
If the man's a constable, he ought to know his town, and he ought to be able to tell me where things are. It's a fair thing to ask.
Yeah.
It's a fair thing to ask, yeah, but like he's gotta watch over the town. I'm sorry,
He's
sir.
got deputies.
1 second. I think I got it. 1 second. Valleyvo Sundries will probably be your best bet. It's you take the long road down south, and it's the very last building on your left side if you're traveling down this way.
Valleyvo, like VO.
VALLIVOE''S Sundries or Sundries. I don't know how you guys say it. I say Sundries.
Sundries. It's
Yeah.
sundries.
Yeah, that's how I say it, but some people say it otherwise. So yeah, he sells all kinds of things. I'm sure he has books of some sort. He has parchment, blank books. He's got a lot of things.
Thank you for the time, sir. It's very kind of you.
Well, off you go. Please don't cause any trouble. Wouldn't want to arrest you, you fine gentlemen.
doubt there'll be any chance of that happening.
Well, I just, just part of my job. Just gotta say that to everybody that comes in.
And we wander off.
Cool.
I'm gonna hang back and
Sure.
talk to some more.
Okay.
I'm like, hey, so I'm actually looking for information on cults, which sounds crazy, but I was just down south. They had a doozy of a time, and I hear things are not going so well here either.
Yeah, he kind of looks at you, and he, like, thinks for a moment. He's like, cultists? I haven't heard any cultists, but we have some outlaws wandering around the Crayon Road. Perhaps you met some on your way. But, yeah, I haven't found them. They've, some merchants had, armed guards, and there have been some scuffles, but no cultists. You see him writing down, I will take note of cultists. That seems worrying if they're in my town, because I haven't heard or seen anything about that yet.
Hopefully there aren't any. They are bearing a fairly recognizable insignia. It's a triangle with a bit of a tick mark in the bottom leg.
Do you mind if I could see that by chance?
I can draw it for you.
Yeah, that'd be great. He kind of hands you his little notebook.
Yeah, so I draw it for him.
Well, thank you. Well, I will keep an eye out on this, and I'll let the rest of the police group know to be on the lookout for this. I feel like, though, if it just between the two of us as a military man yourself, if they're really cultists, they probably wouldn't walk around with this garb on all the time. But if I catch anybody wearing this, I will let you know as well.
So, no hooded figures, no weird goings-ons at night, nothing like that.
I mean, have you heard the rumors?
Well, yeah, that's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, we've had some trouble. I don't take too much stock in that because, I have to uphold the law. I have to keep everybody kind of together and be the shining symbol for this town. But there are some, let's just say, other townsfolk that kind of go into that a bit more. I'd recommend reaching out to them. You can see most of them at the different inns in the evening time. Everybody likes to get in for a drink and go to sleep. Or if you just visit their shops, I'm sure, as long as you don't offend them, of course, they'd be willing to chalk.
You happen to have a name of someone who is particularly gabby?
Ooh. Thorsk Theron, he's our wagon maker. He might have some information for you, just if you know how to apply his, if you know what I mean. If you can get him, if you get him going, he'll tell you some stuff.
What was that person's name again?
You don't know.
But I know. I'm just taking.
It's
I'm taking meta notes.
Thorsk.
I'm sure I'll get this information.
Yeah,
later.
Thorsk, Thorsk, and then Thelorn, Thelorn. And he's a wagon maker.
It rolls off the tongue, huh?
Ha, 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 ha.
Well, alright. Thanks for the information. I'll definitely let you know if I run into any cultists.
Yeah, he tips his hat to you and he says, well, like I said, you know where to find me. I'm usually patrolling around this area between, just on the Crayon Road, just perpendicular to the long road. Just you'll see me around, I'm sure.
One more thing. Where is the constabulatory?
The what?
Where you hole up at night.
Oh, yeah, the two inns I told your friend earlier. Those would be two places that you could sleep for the night.
No,
Oh, where I sleep.
Yeah.
That is a great question. I usually go home. I don't feel comfortable telling you where I sleep.
Or the barracks is what I mean.
Oh, the barracks.
Where's the guardhouse? Where can I go find you if you're not here because you're doing paperwork or something?
One second. Didn't expect this to be a question. I should have.
Troublesome.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I don't think it's actually troublesome. I just didn't prep to where the barracks was. I don't think there is a barracks, if I'm being honest with you guys.
Is there like a guardhouse or anything like that?
I don't think there is. I think it's a small enough town where it takes 5 minutes, maybe not 5 minutes, maybe like 15 minutes to kind of walk around wherever you need to go. And
So it would probably be an inn.
yeah, he's like, you could probably find me at the and he kind of thinks for a second. You'll probably find me at the Swinging Sword more often than not. Just when I'm in the evening, just kind of finishing up my notes before I, head to my the place that I sleep, which I'm not going to tell you the location of because that's just kind of weird.
Quite all right.
Well, I will see you tonight at the Swinging Sword if you need anything else.
All right. Thank you so much for your help.
Yeah, he just sat. Yeah, there's no barracks in this town. There's just the police people.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I guess with your history check, you would know that like the Red Larch isn't a large settlement, which you can kind of see, right? It's decent size, but not like super big. So they don't necessarily have a standing military. They just kind of go with their police force. But often enough times there are adventurers kind of in and around, either working as like guardsmen for merchants or just kind of making the way through different cities. So if they need something taken care of, they usually just hire one of the adventurers that are kind of around to take care of that for them.
All right. Then I catch up with the rest of the group.
Sure. Cool. All right. So you guys are on your way. I'm guessing you're going to either the Swinging Sword or the Helm at High Sun to kind of
I'll go to
dock your
the-
stuff.
Yeah. So just a quick part of table talk. I don't know what y'all. Since I have no idea what the rest of the party wants to do, I'm gonna wait for Ulrich to catch up. I'm gonna park at the Swinging Sword, wait for Ulrich to catch up so I can figure out what information he got from the sheriff, and then I'll just say I drag Elwarin off with me, and we'll go off to figure out about our mission, and then you guys can fill us in on what y'all have to do. If you so choose, because I figure we're all here, we all have information to gather, unless you all want to tag along with me. So that's what I'm doing. Do you
I'm
wanna-
gonna go hit up the shops here.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything fun?
I'm pretty much just sticking with Ulrich because he's really the only reason that I'm with the party.
Fair. Lando, you doing anything fun? DQ?
I'm gonna just stick with everybody. That's fine for me, unless there's like a bar I can find my way to.
Yeah. So the Swinging Sword and the place across the street.
No, they're both bars.
Yeah. I mean, they're taverns with like an inn.
No, perfect.
So
No,
yeah,
that's
they
great.
got yeah. So the swing, I guess, if you guys want some descriptions of things.
Sure.
Yeah. So as you kind of approach the long road, immediately to your right, you guys can't see numbers, but I can see numbers. Ha ha. You see it's a square 2-story building. And it has a signboard painted with images of well-dressed lord and lady, one on each side of the board. As you kind of pass by it, kind of going up, because that's where you guys are heading towards these inns. And it's got some ornate scroll work and iron bars to protect the windows. And from what you can tell, it looks like they sell clothing based off what they have in the windows. To your left, kind of as you take that right into this space, you see a shrine. It's just a fairly standard looking shrine, nothing too crazy. 2 wide wooden doors painted with many symbols of many different gods, and it's open, the doors are open. Inside is a plain chapel with a stone altar. You see 2 different people inside there. You see a man and a woman. You're not quite sure of what gods that they are, god or goddesses, maybe I should say, of what they are kind of representing, but they're there. And then on your left, the bigger building over here is called the Swinging Sword. You see a large 3-story stone structure. It's crowned by a steep slate roof that bristles with many different chimneys. A signboard juts out over the door, which is hanging from chains. It's a 10-foot long carved wooden scimitar emblazoned with the inn's name, the Swinging Sword, which is written in red paint on both sides.
That's a big ass sign.
Yeah. And the inn yard has the stables and outbuilding, which kind of lies kind of like all around the edges here. So it's like this entire like kind of encampment here is the Swinging Sword, from what you can tell. It's like a massive plot of land. Arguably the biggest you've seen thus far. Just in terms of just square footage of like how much space they've got. And then to your right, you see an inn that's kind of ramshackled. It's a ramshackled 2-story tavern. Rusty metal grills cover its small, dirty windows. The tavern's name, the Helmet High Sun, is printed very clearly in large, simple letters on both sides of a jutting wooded sign. Atop the sign is a rusting, oversized adornment, a warrior's buck helmet with 2 eye slits that's actually upside down. It's like it looks like a buck helmet, but it's just an upside down wash tub. Yeah, so that's where you guys kind of get to. You're docking your cart at the Swinging Sword.
What was the name of the tavern again?
The one right next to it is the Helm at High Sun, which is this one right here.
We should go to that one. It seemed way more inviting than the other.
You don't like the 10-foot scimitar?
No.
The wooden scimitar?
I like the one with the bathtub for a helmet. Seems a lot more my jam.
Fair enough. Yeah, like I said, the Helmet High Sun's a lot smaller, is what you can tell. And it doesn't have kind of any way to like put a cart or like dock horses or anything like that, while the Swinging Sword has all of those amenities. So, like I said, I'll let you guys make your decisions on what you guys are planning on doing. I don't want to choose for you guys. That's what I'm trying to say.
We should probably, drop our shit off at one and then maybe, head over to the other.
Oh, for reference, that picture I sent you guys, the red large picture, the one on the right side there is the that's the shining, or the whatchamacallit, the Swinging Sword on the right there, and then to the left that's the cool picture of the Helmet High Sun, just so you guys can see like a cool visual of it.
Is there a reason it's not opening up for me again?
It should open. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just gonna refresh my page.
Bummer indeed. Yeah, it's a cool little. I noticed that as I was explaining it to you guys, that showed both kind of buildings, and it's kind of cool to see that. Because obviously words can say only so much, but the picture itself says 1,000 words, right? And I definitely didn't describe them in 1,000 words.
So Cromwell's gonna get a room for us, and then I'm gonna go take a nap.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch him take a nap.
At the Swinging Sword, or are you doing it at the Helmet High Sun?
The Helmet High Sun.
All right, there you go.
All right, so those two kind of wander off there. As you kind of get inside, you open the doors, and it's a large, dimly lit, wooden paneled tap room. It's got an open, treaded wooden staircase that climbs to the upper floor. Yeah, across the back of the tap room is a long bar with 3 copper candle lanterns hanging over it, and a stair leading down to the cellars. It seems like a place that looks like it could be rowdy. It looks like a bar it kind of feels like a biker bar, but not as rough around the edges, if that makes sense.
It's like Kelly's. Nice.
I don't know if anybody else knows what that is, but sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I went there, but yeah, I don't know if anybody else knows.
This is exactly what we're looking for, Cromwell.
So yeah, so you see the
Seems
bar.
like a good time.
Yeah, the barkeep / innkeeper just chilling at the bar. He says, "Oh, hello there. Can I help you, gentlemen?"
How much for a room?
How many in the room? Looking for a 2-bed, 1-bed? What's the game plan here, guys?
2-bed.
Well, 2-bed's gonna run you. He kind of looks down. 5 silver a night.
Sounds good to me. Let's pay for 1 night for now.
Okay.
I'll hand him 5 silver.
Nice. He looks at the portly dwarf. Are you rooming with them? You get in your own room? What's the game plan here, sir?
Yeah, I'm with the weirdo in the mask.
He wasn't talking to you. Actually, he was talking to Lando.
Oh, I see. But still, I will still answer that way.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just letting you know, like, and Lando know that he kind of looked past you as he was saying that, but you still answer, which is fine, which is great.
Is there anybody around here who, fancies a row?
If you wait long enough in the evening, we do have the occasional fisticuffs.
Nice.
But
yeah, I'll be here for that.
If y'all get a little too rowdy, and he kind of stands up from the bar. He's not like super ripped or anything like that, but like you feel like he's been in a fight or two. I'm gonna have to stop that. Can't be having you guys break things in my establishment, if you know what I mean.
Is he bigger or smaller than a hill giant?
Smaller than a hill giant.
Is he willing to fight all 5 of us, or however many?
There's 3 of you guys in the bar right now. And as
paid for a room, by the way. So.
Yeah. He doesn't look like he's not intimidating you by any means. He's just letting you kind of know.
I know, but I want to intimidate. What can I do to intimidate him to give me a room for free? I don't want to have to pay for it. So
go ahead and try to say something, and then roll an intimidation check. Depending on what you say, I'll give you advantage or disadvantage.
I mean, how about just give me a room, bitch?
All right, go ahead and just roll that straight. You're not getting no disadvantage, no advantage, just a straight intimidation check. Yeah, that does not fly. So like as you say that, like your fat rolls kind of jiggle, and like your arm fat kind of jiggles with it, and you're like, you better give me a room, you little bitch. And he just kind of you see him just kind of chuckle a little bit. He's like, I've had some like you before. How about this? I've got a smaller room that if you provide some entertainment tonight, however that is, as long as you don't break anything, we can call it square. How about that? You got to pay for your drinks and food, but I'll let you sleep in the smaller room for free if you put on a show tonight, we'll say.
I don't know if I'm gonna be capable of doing that this evening.
He's like, well, it's gonna be
pay for it.
All right, yeah. So a normal 1-bed room is gonna cost you 3 silver. For a night. If you want the smaller closet, I can give that to you for a silver.
I'll take the room.
Alrighty. He kind of waits for you to put the 3 silver. He hasn't given anybody a key yet. He's just kind of waiting for this to settle before he gives y'all keys. He's been around the block a few times, if you know what I mean. Cool. I'm just gonna assume that you've.
Oh yeah, I already subtracted it. Sorry. I thought that was obvious.
Yeah, that's chill. Yeah, so he gives you guys both keys. Yeah, y'all can go up to your rooms. So he's like, hey, it's upstairs. 2-bedroom is on your left. The 1-bedroom's on your right. Just the key will work on your door, obviously. And as you guys are kind of heading out, he's like, just be aware I have a master key for all the rooms, so you lock yourself out. I can help you with that. Just try not to do that, please.
Am I able to try to pickpocket the master key from this guy?
He's behind the bar, so I'm gonna say no.
Damn it.
If you were to like,
Ulrich, you go. Oh, sorry, finish.
I was gonna say like if you got him like out of the bar and like you were like chatting with him, I would say there's a possibility you could try it, but he is currently behind the bar, and like there's no way for you to kind of like reach him from where you're at. Is why I'm saying you probably can't do that. All right, continue, Cromwell.
Reasonable explanation.
I was gonna say, Ulrich, you go rest up. I'm gonna stay down here and maybe have a drink or two. See you after your nap.
And just to let this table talk. So my plan is to get a nap, and then do some detective work in the evening as folks are in the inn, and start talking to people, and then also stay up late and try to get a glimpse of the hooded figures and other weird shit that's supposedly going on at night.
Cool. All right, the rest of you folks, are you guys all checking into the swinging sword?
Yeah, I thought I should rent a room.
Yeah, I think I probably should.
Okay. BigYin, you doing the same thing?
Oh,
Guys,
no.
hear me now?
He's
Yeah,
there,
we can hear you now.
We can hear you.
Fucking malfunctions. No wonder y'all couldn't hear me. I kept trying to talk. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now.
Well, hey, the story went a lot smoother without that. So, hey. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll see y'all later.
I'm kidding.
Wall.
Just kidding.
No, I'll park the cart. Like we can all disembark. I know my goal is to find the person I'm supposed to talk to, and then go see if I can find a couple of books.
Sure. So, like, as you park that cart, a stable boy comes out. He's like, "Why, hello there, sir. I see you got 4 horses. Are you planning on staying the night at the Swinging Sword?"
Aye, lad. We may be staying a few nights here. We've got a wee bit of business to look into. Are you the one we can talk to about stabling for our horse and our cart here?
Why, yes, sir. But I'm just the go-between, if you know what I mean. And he gives you he kind of counts. All right, 4 horses and a cart. He goes back to he walks back a little bit, picks up a number 5, and it's like a wooden little block that says 5. He's like, "Give that to the innkeeper, and she'll get you squared away on this. And yeah, if you need to get back to your horses and cart, just find me. My name is Willie."
Hey, thank you, Willie. Well, I'll toss him a silver. I'll say, right, lads, we're parked. Disembark.
Oh, sorry, I lied. His name is not Willie. Oh no, I apologize. His name is Willie. Apologies. Yes, his name is Willie.
Oh, good. It's so much better that his name is Willie. Right, lad, and I'll flip him a silver coin. And,
Why, thank you, sir. And he pockets the silver coin and kind of takes your horses and your cart.
You know, BigYin, you should have tried to free Willie.
Why would I want
Yikes.
to do that? The lad seems quite happy.
Yikes. Yikes. Anyways, continue.
It seems like if you're making a crude joke, I didn't think it hit the mark there, lad.
I mean, technically, I'm not actually near you, but I just thought of it.
That was
I had to say it.
That's fair. It was good table talk.
Yeah.
All right. What are you doing? Are you guys all just following the BigYin? You're letting the 7'4", 7'6", whatever tall furball do all the talking for y'all?
Lay.
All right, fair enough. All right, continue. I just wanted to see if anybody else wanted to say anything. That's fine. Keep going.
So I'll walk in, talk to the land. Is it the pub land? Is it the pub landlord or pub landlady?
It's an inn, not a pub. It's a landlady.
Right. Oh.
She's so do you open the door to the pub?
Aye.
All right, sorry, didn't. All right. So you open the door. The Swinging Sword is welcoming and luxurious by the area's rustic standards. Each room boasts a hearth, a warm draperies and tapestries, and running water provided by a rooftop cistern. It's run by the lady in the front, and the inn seems pretty popular. You've got quite a few adventurers kind of around that you can see, and yeah, it's a very large, very posh kind of inn. It looks a little out of place in this town, but kind of go with it.
Right. So I walk up to her. I walk up to the landlady or the manageress, and I'll say, "Excuse me, ma'am. Are you the one to talk to about stabling horses and renting rooms?"
Why, yes, I am. My name is Kalisa Urkel. How can I help you?
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, ma'am. My name's BigYin. As you can see, I'm a bit of a big one.
Yes, you are.
I here have this token for our horses and cart that we parked out back. Your boy Willie's singing to them.
Yep, and she's like, "Could I have the number, please?"
Here you go, and I hand over the placard with the number 5.
She's like, 4 horses and a cart.
Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty, keep going. Just wanted to make sure before I before we moved on.
And I reckon I'd like to rent at least a room for me. Me and maybe one or two of the lads here. How much and how big are your rooms?
So we got a couple different options for you folks. We got a expensive option and a cheaper option. Which I'll tell you guys both. In the upper rooms, there are 3 levels of expense. Let me pull back a little bit. We've got a large bedroom with a nice bathroom set up. It's got some nice flowers. Really, really nice. That's going to cost you 2 gold per night. The next level down is just a smaller room, no bathroom inside. The kind of bathroom is adjoined in the hallway to share with everybody. It's still a really nice room. You get a full bed, you get a nightstand, you get a table with a chair. That's going to cost you a gold a night. Or I can put all of y'all up in a shared room with 6 beds, and that'll cost you a gold for all of you.
And what about the bathing arrangements? Is that still communal as well? Do we have
Yes.
access to the bath?
Yes, that's all communal. The only one that you get private is in the 2.5 gold on the top.
Lads, are you alright with sharing the communal room? Are we being frugal, or are you getting your own rooms?
Well, I guess for the communal, how many of us does it fit?
6.
6.
6. Oh.
Well, Ulrich Lando, and Cromwell are off at the helm by themselves. They're all doing that thing.
Mhm.
So there's only 4 of us. We could each one room for a decent room, 1 gold for a decent room for each of us. Not bad. But if we want to live frugally, we could each rotate just sharing a room for 6. Just each pony up a gold. Whatever you guys want to do.
It's a golden night for all 4 of you.
Yeah, and plus, what we don't even know how much are the stables. How much is the stabling fee?
Yeah, we haven't gotten to that yet. Yeah. So she kind of looks. She's like, "You got a big ass cart. Those 4 horses. Boy, it's gonna be about 2 gold a day just to house the horses and keep your cart rested. We'll feed your horses. We'll keep them watered. We'll rub them down, do all the nice things. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be 2 gold a night for your horses and cart."
I'm down for living frugally.
DQ.
Yo.
You live in frugally. You go and you go.
I was just gonna go hang out in the communal area.
I'm fine with frugal.
Okay, cool.
I mean, because I'm, again, no frills kind of character here.
Sure. She's like, "So, are you paying separately, together? What's the game plan here, guys?"
Lads, I'll cover the first night and the wagon and the cart fee. If someone else will get it the next night, if that's all right with you.
I can cover the next night.
Right. For
Alright.
tonight, I'll cover for tonight. If
That'll
you
be
don't
3
mind
gold.
That's fine.
Tone.
And so I guess, all right, lads. Do you have keys for us, ma'am?
Yep. And she hands you guys she gives you guys 1 key, which and she kind of leads you to the second story. It's a fairly decent sized room. They've got 3 sets of bunk beds in this room. There's a rug on the ground in between the 2 bunk beds, and there's 2 desks kind of laid out on the edges of the room. Yeah, it's a decent sized room, but there are 3 bunk beds with 2 desks kind of in that room with a rug in the middle.
It's nothing too exciting.
Right.
No,
So,
that's exciting.
well, y'all are off. I'm off to take Elwarin, and we're off to go find our contact. I might run into one of the shops later then. Shall we convene back around dinner time, swap information? Oh, begging your pardon, man, but what time is supper?
Supper usually starts around 6:30.
And when does it end?
When the kitchen's closed, when we're out of food, it usually comes around 7 or 8:39.
Fair enough. Thank you kindly. and then I'll just I'll wait for the two lads to wander off, and then I'll say, let's say we all go back down. What are you guys doing? Are you gonna wander off? Do you mind if I just walk off with the landlady and ask her some questions on my own thing, or do you want to go do your thing first?
Try meeting garlic bread real quick.
Yeah, I guess I can listen around for your questions.
Sure. Quick thing before we kind of continue. Are you guys looking to go till 10 p.m. tonight? 9 p.m. Is there any cutoffs that I should be aware of?
I'm fine for however long anyone wants to go.
BM's good with me.
Hard cutoff at 10.
All right, so we'll try to wrap up around 9:30ish. That way I can give you guys some time for questions and stuff like that after we're done. Is that good?
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll ask. I guess I will. I don't. I guess if I don't need to RP this, I want to ask the landlady, basically, if there's anyone been around from the Emerald Enclave. I'm basically looking for a contact that I'm supposed to meet here, either
Sure.
here or in the Helm.
She doesn't know if there are any contacts to the Emerald Enclave here. That's kind of not her area of specialty. As you kind of talk to her, you kind of find out that she's from Waterdeep, and so her family. She's kind of the head of the family. They moved out here to the Red Large and bought this inn, and they're kind of making kind of a franchise, if it were from the Waterdeep. Their Waterdeep inn set. So yeah, she's fairly new to the area.
Her family owns the Moonstone Mask.
What?
Never mind. That's a deep cut from Neverwinter Nights 1. It's okay. Don't worry
Okay,
about it.
cool. Yeah, I haven't played that. But yeah, no. So they're just so they just bought this place, bought the whole land, kind of outright, and renovated it recently, which is why it looks so nice. It's probably been open for the past 6 to 8 months, by her reckoning. But yeah, so she knows the town folks, but like they're not that close where she would have got information on who's with who, like clan wise or not clan wise, grouping wise.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have a whole lot of information on that.
Got it. I guess I'll go down into the common room and see if anyone catches my eye, or if anyone, because I imagine word of mine and Elwarin's coming was sent ahead of time. So, just looking to see if anyone kind of catches my eye as I stand there surveying things. And do I
Sure.
receive anything?
I mean, there's just adventurers kind of hanging out. Looks like a few of them look like they were guarding merchant caravans, stuff like that. They're having some downtime between their merchant caravans, stuff like that. But yeah, no, nobody kind of catches your eye that makes you think like that. I guess out of character, just table talk real quick. The sheriff dude did say like a lot of people that work ended coming to these two places in the evening. So if you're looking for somebody that like works in the town, they may not be around unless you go to their shop until like the evening time.
All right, then in that case, since it's like midday, I'll go check out that. I guess I'll go out with Useless and DQ and go to the shops. I at least wanted to hit up the clothes shop and go hit up the Valavo's Sundries, see if they have any interesting books.
Okay.
Since I have everything else I need.
To explore with BigYin.
Okay. Anybody else do anything cool? I know that Ulrich is sleeping. Cromwell, you're drinking. Lando, you drinking with Cromwell?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
How about him and I are just chatting. We're talking about life, and I just noticed that he just seems oddly familiar. Like I almost recognize him if he was not him. Basically, that's all I got.
Okay. I don't know where you're going with that, but okay.
Oddly reminiscent of a bard, huh?
Yeah, I'll be reminiscent of like some small little halfling guy that died all over me about a couple days ago.
It's been like a week.
Yeah,
Just a week. You should be over it by now.
A week is 10 days in this world, roughly.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's how it's called. It's not called a week. It's called a 10-day. But I didn't feel like talking like that because it makes me feel like an asshole. So I just said weak. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I guess we'll go on the adventures with Llus, DQ, and BigYin. So where are you stopping off first? Stopping off at the clothing shop?
I want to stop at the clothing shop. That sounds fun.
All right. So y'all kind of wander in, and it's a very fashionable clothing shop. And you kind of like look around, and you see a couple human males just kind of standing around, like kind of looking for people to get stuff to, like, you know, sell things to. And you kind of sees the three of you guys walk in. He's like, you kind of see him like wrinkle his nose a little bit, and then he like puts his poker face back on and says, "Why, hello, gentlemen. Anything I can do to help you today?"
Is this just fashionable clothing for like wardrobe appearances and things like that?
I mean, they're like useful clothing too, but it's
Okay.
looks like a trendy kind of like place.
Gotcha.
It like if are you looking for armor? Because this place doesn't sell armor.
Well, I was looking for possible combat things. Yeah.
Yeah, no. This is just like a general clothing.
Okay,
General clothing. Yeah. Hey, you looking around for anything interesting, or can I do anything to help you?
We're all mute. No, just kidding.
That's definitely what it sounds like.
I also wrinkle my nose in distaste.
He's like, "Well, hey, that's a good look. I think I can get something to make that look better." And you see him step away to get a hat, and he puts the hat on your head. He's like, "Oh man, these are all the Raging Silvery Moon. I think these look great with you. They bring out those glasses, the sparkle in those glasses. You know what I mean?"
Not really too keen on hats.
Oh, okay. He takes the hat off. He's like, "How about some gloves? Those hands look like they could use some gloves." And he kind of goes back into the shop and kind of like rifles through a bunch of different things, and he pulls out some like felt, like velvety looking gloves. He's like, "I think these will fit," and he like goes to put it on your hand, and they don't fit. He's like, "Well, shit, I could custom make them for you if you like the color, you like the feel. We don't usually get too many orcs in this establishment. I usually deal with just not orcs for the most part. Yeah."
I'm alright, thanks. I'll meet you guys outside.
"Sure you don't want anything, good sir? I mean, I think I can get something for those glasses, I swear."
I keep leaving.
All right, and he's like, "All right, goodbye." And as he turns around, BigYin and DQ can hear him just go, "Excellent." And he puts the gloves back. He's like, "All right, how about you two gentlemen? What can I get for you guys? Looking for a nice scarf? It's getting kind of cold nowadays. Looking for some good boots?
My mind. Yeah, scarf.
What kind of color? What kind of color's looking for, man?"
I'm looking for a solid green.
All right, so he's like, "I got something right for you." He goes into his drawers. He pulls out this deep forest green scarf, very thick, and he kind of wraps around. He's like, "Oh boy, that looks excellent. I heard everybody in Tribe Wars looking for something like this. You'll be the talk of the town when you get there, I swear to God."
Oh, I'm not actually looking for. I don't want too much attention.
"Ah, this may not be the shop for you then, because I only deal in the hottest items."
I'm learning this.
"Okay," and he takes the scarf off of you and puts it down. He's like, "For you, gentlemen, the big one, the tallest one. I don't know what your name is."
Hey, laddie. And I'll kind of like squint at him and look at him and just kind of give him a bit of a stare. And I'll just kind of like, I'll just stare at him, look him in the eye for like a good 15 seconds, make it awkward. And I say, I can't say I'm too fond of how you treated my friends there. But,
They weren't really
I
looking
don't
for my clothing.
I don't want you to
Now,
speak
now,
on
now, sir.
behalf BigYin.
Now, sir. You hush now. I've got the floor.
Pushing me?
No, not you, DQ. This one, the one that gave you the bit of the evil eye and was glad to see the back of Useless over there.
Oh.
Now, you see here, I come in here because I see this is a fine brass store that deals fine wares.
Yeah, we do.
I didn't come in here and judge you. Now I come in here, and I wanted to see the best tartan kilt you may have.
I got that. And he sits back and kind of shuffles through a few things. He's like, I don't know if this will fit, but it's the best kind of material we got. And he kind of gives it to you. It is this gorgeous red, green, hints of blue on there kilt. It looks like it would fit somebody who's like, 6 foot tall maybe. You're a little bit too tall for it, but it is gorgeous. The fabric is super soft. You feel you can see like the ruffles in it. It clicks with you. Like you really like it, but it's too small.
Very fine. It's a wee bit small for a man of my size.
Yeah, I could custom make one for you, just looking exactly like that. Same materials, same color, all that jazz. You'll look great. I heard everybody in the forest are looking for something like this. It's going to be excellent. You'll be the talk of the forest.
From the forest, you say? What makes you think I'm from the forest, there, laddie? You're making a lot of snap judgments that I haven't said about myself.
Well, most of the folks that looking for that kind of garb are from the foresty areas, so I made had a good guess, I think. Am I wrong?
I didn't say you're wrong. I'm just saying you're a wee bit judgmental.
Nah, I've dealt with many different people.
Now, what would it run for that there kilt to be adjusted to my size?
You see him head back to the front desk. Kind of starts getting some numbers down. He's like, 10 gold, and that's a steal, I swear.
10 gold, tartan kilt. 10. And how long would it take for you to make it?
He sits there. He's like, You want me to do it as a rush order?
No, take your time. We'll be here for a few days.
Well, no, if you need it in a couple days, that's kind of like a rush order, good sir, if you know what I mean.
Oh, take your time, laddie. Take your time.
He looks down. He's like, I could probably get it done for you in like 3 days, but it's going to cost you 15 gold.
Give it the full 5. That'll be fine. 10 gold, you say. That'll be fine.
Full 5 what?
Full 5 days. You said originally it would be 10 gold, and then you start trying to put a rush on it, say up to 15. I didn't need the extra time. I'll be doing work around the area.
He kind of sits there and he's like, See, you don't understand. Like a cloth as big as it's going to need for you is going to require all my attention to be done in 3 to 5 days. I said 3 days because I really like you and I could get it done for you in 3 days. But if you want it in 5 days, it's going to take a long time. If you want me to like have this be no rush, it's going to be like, I don't know, 20 days.
Now that seems a bit rough. You're going from 3 days to 20.
Yeah, because you said no rush. I was telling you the rush order.
Now, you see, to me, sir, no rush would be about 7. That gives you 3. You said 3 would be rushing it.
Again,
Gives
I
you
don't
4
think you're an
extra days.
expert on what a rush order is in their establishment.
He kind of looks you up. He like kind of looks you up and down. He's like, "Have you ever made clothing like this of this kind of quality before? With this cut, this kind of material? Do you know how difficult it is to get the silk from a worm the size of your pinky to this much of it? Have you ever tried, good sir?"
First, laddie, kilts aren't they made from silk? They're made from tartan, the proper one. And
And
that's
he kind of looks at you. He's like, No, you don't understand. The tartan's underneath. You get the silk on top, tartan underneath that, silk layer on the bottom of that. That's why it feels so nice.
I just turn around and walk out. I was like, maybe another day, sir. And I just walk right out.
All right.
Pass.
Have a good one. Enjoy. I'll see you around, I'm sure. Nobody makes a finer clothing than Helvar's Harmlar.
What a dimwit. Right, where to next?
That didn't feel good, did it?
Nay, it did not. I think he was glad to see the back of us.
Pretty sure that's the case.
Where to now, useless?
I'm kind of interested in that sundry shop you guys are gonna go to.
Yeah, let's go. Lead on.
Is there anything else happening with the people back?
They're drinking.
Or is it just...
They're napping.
They drinking and napping, yeah.
Gotcha.
How drunk am I supposed to be at this point?
Roll a Constitution check.
Hasn't been that long, so you don't have to roll any Constitution. It's probably you guys probably had enough time to have like 2 drinks.
No.
Unless you're chugging. If you're chugging, then that's a different story.
I think I'm always chugging.
I was gonna say Lando only chugs.
Yeah.
Lando only chugs. Lando's like
I don't chug. I only chug. I don't spit. I don't swallow. I just chug.
Okay, roll a d6 for me. You've had 5 drinks.
Nice.
Normal people would have 2. Cromwell's had 2, like a normal person. You've
No,
had 5.
Cromwell's also gonna roll a d6 to see how many he's had. Okay, that's not fun.
All right, he rolled a 6. He's had 6. Congrats. All right, so you guys kind of wander down. So yeah, as you kind of wander down south, you guys pass a bunch of different shops, kind of left and the right. You guys keep wandering, and then you get all the way to the end on the left, like the sheriff kind of let you know. And you see on the sign, you see outside, bewildering profusion of doors, barrels, and rotting old furniture and tools leaning against the outside walls. This building kind of looks like a home, but there's a small faded sign on the front door that reads Valivos Sundries. As you kind of enter, you see the room is crammed to like the roof, with new wares, used items, kind of like anything and everything. And you see a middle-aged man kind of approach you guys. Hi everyone. What can I do for you guys today? Looking for anything specific?
Well, I'm not sure about my 2 compatriots here, but I'm particularly interested in books on rare creatures, lost creatures, and mysteries, you might say. Mysteries of the old world, of the world before.
Let me see if I have anything for you. He kind of goes to the back room, and he kind of goes between a bunch of different places. After about 3 minutes, he comes back. He comes back with like 2 books. He's like, this book here is it's a book all about animals, an encyclopedia of sorts, if you will. And this book is a detective novel series. I have the 5th book of the 10 book series here, but I've been told you could read each book individually, and you're not, kind of too far off. They're not like sequential or anything. Like they don't necessarily lead in. Like book 4 doesn't necessarily lead into book 5. Book 5 to 6 necessarily. Just book 1 gives you just more insight onto who the characters are at the beginning, and book 5, they're kind of getting into their own, if you know what I mean.
Do you have anything of historical nature, or maybe religious?
He's like,
In terms of, the past, the histories, and the mysteries of the magical mysteries and the thing like that. Not so much the mystery of the fictional sense.
Can you just, what are you looking for exactly? Like, we don't need to be like running about.
Also like my, I like my flaws. I'd risk much to uncover a lost bit of knowledge.
Sure.
I'm always kind of.
So are you looking for like magical books, or like what are you trying to find?
Well, I can't learn books from magic, but I'm always kind of interested in the history of the world and magical things. And it's like I stood guard over a magical artifact for like 10 years of my adult life. So I'm always kind of interested in that kind of thing. More objects and spells.
Yeah, so that's my question. Like, are you asking for like a magic book, or just what do you like, a history book? Like, what are you looking for exactly?
Like, history is like, well, in this world has there been some kind of magical cataclysm? I'm looking for basically histories about the world that might also lead to some magical knowledge of some sort. I'm basically looking for history of the world at this point, I guess you could say.
Okay, so he's like, oh, history book, okay. And he goes back and comes back after a couple minutes, and he's like, I got this one, and it's like a really thick, old leather-bound book. It's got some dust accumulated on it, and on the title it says History of Faerun. And it says like, and then as you like open up the front cover, it says like the date on there is about 10. It's about 10. The book is about 10 years old.
Okay. And then what'll it cost me for the 3 of them?
You want all three? Ooh.
Sure.
You know, books are hard to come by around these parts. All three, I could probably go as low as 100 gold.
Fuck me. Maybe.
I'm sorry, I
I-
don't see that being worth the investment.
I don't need the history. I don't need the mystery book. That's for sure.
Okay.
Let's set the history and the animal book on the side, and I pull out the broken on-keg talons and claws. I say, "Do you have any interest in these?" And I lay the claws out in front of him.
Kind of looks at it, he's like, Those do look interesting. I don't know if I have any.
A couple of on-kegs.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any use for that. There are a couple other folks that might be better off with that. There's a wagon merchant and a blacksmith that might have a better use for that, or the tannery might be able to use those as like ornaments on their things. But I personally don't really have use for that myself.
All right.
But if you really want to sell it to me, I could probably give you, I don't know, 10 gold for that. And these two books will probably cost you around 60 gold.
I'll hold on to the claws and I'll take the animal book. And then I'd like to just do like kind of while those two shop, I want to walk around and like.
So you bought the animal book and the history book, is what you're saying?
No, I'm leaving the history book behind. I'll just take the animal book and then.
The animal book costs you 40 gold.
That's fine, and then
Okay.
I'll wander around and see what else is. Just kind of like see if I perceive anything interesting with the perception roll. So,
Okay.
65. Okay, I'm down to 65 gold.
Okay.
And I'll add one animal book. I'll just add animal inside.
Yeah. So as you open that up, it kind of just tells you about all the different animals. There aren't too many pictures, unfortunately, so it's kind of hard for you to kind of envision them. But it just has a bunch of information on different animals. We can chat offline on like which animals have pictures that you could theoretically transform into based off the picture.
That's
But
fine.
most of it is just text about different animals.
Cool. Sounds good. Do I see anything? And I'll just roll that perception check. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the roll.
20, not bad. You kind of see a bunch of different things in this room. This merchant is kind of old. Like I said, not super old. He's like middle age, and he seems like he's been. You see like some tanned like skin. Like he was out on the road a lot. And you see really an assortment of goods. You see furniture, lamps, carpets, mirrors, weapons, shields, helms, and just really a miscellaneous assortment of everything. It looks like you could probably get anything under the sun here. You're just not sure of like what quality or like what kind it would be. Like the fact that he had these 3 different kinds of books is unheard of to find in like one location like this, along with all the rest of the stuff that he has. And you can kind of see a bunch of blank parchments and blank books, like notebooks and stuff like that with ink. And yeah, I mean, I guess what were you trying to look for with that 20? Just what I gave you, or anything else?
You mentioned shields. Are there any interesting shields? Like anything that might be particularly. Actually, wait. Can I cast detect magic? Do I have detect magic as a spell? Yes, I do. Let me run a detect magic.
So what? 1 sec. Yeah. So that has
See if it's any
verbal
magical-
and
any
somatic.
magical items.
So as soon as you start casting detect magic, he's like, whoa. We can't be having any spell casting in this shop. I'm gonna need you to get out. We can't be having that. I don't want any of my stuff breaking. Nope. Just, I need you out. And honestly, I don't know if I want you back. That was kind of weird. You just randomly cast magic in my shop without saying anything. I'm not really feeling that.
Apologies, sir. I just wanted to see. I was interested in your shields. They caught my eye. I just wanted to see if they had any special properties. I meant no offense.
Well,
I'll take your leave. I do apologize.
yeah, that was kind of weird to just do that all of a sudden without saying nothing.
No offense was meant, sir. I apologize.
No, yeah, but you know where I'm coming from, right? Because I don't know what kind of spell that was. Like, maybe you were trying to kill me. I don't know, right? Like, it's just I can't be having that in my shop.
A walk into your house. It'd be right rude for me to walk into your shop and try and kill you now.
Hey, I've seen a lot. I've been out on the road a lot. So.
What have you seen anything strange going on around here?
Strange around here. You know, I don't quite trust you, so I'm not going to tell you.
Buy a book from you, sir.
But you just try to cast magic.
Aye.
So I don't quite trust you anymore. No, just as an overall thing.
Let it go, my man.
Don't quite trust you for casting magic, but yeah, I've heard some things, and let's just say that's all you'll get to know right now. How about that?
Bloody humans. And I'll walk out.
Cool. And
I'm
that.
gonna go back.
Yeah. So we'll wrap kind of this store up, and then we'll kind of end it for the night because it's getting closer to that 10 o'clock time.
I'll just go and take a nap in preparation for the evening, and that's
Sure.
where I'll end it.
Cool. All right, Mr. DQ and Mr. Useless, what you guys looking for?
Yeah. Ask the shopkeeper if there are any books he's more protective of than others.
I mean, I'm protective of all my books because, you know, not many other people in this town have books, and just between the two of us, they're not very well read. So, yeah, I mean, I would say I'm protective of all my books. Is there a kind of book you're in particular looking for?
Kind of, but it's more of a. I've been asked to look for one that's maybe not necessarily in a shop.
He says, and he kind of motions for you to like follow him.
Okay.
And he kind of motions for DQ to kind of stay where he is.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm gonna wave and I'm gonna like kind of wave and be like, "Is it cool?" But I see.
Yeah. And as he kind of does that, you see a couple kids kind of come out of the woodwork. Not literally, but like, you know, they kind of come out from the shop, and they're just kind of watching you. And they're like, you know, mister, we trust you and all, but we're just here to keep an eye on you. We help Mr. Valivo. He pays us good money. We're just here checking on you. You know what I mean? Just make sure that you're good. You know what I mean? They're talking to you, DQ.
Oh, they're talking. I thought it was for. Okay, that's fine. I thought they were talking to.
I follow the shopkeeper, and then a bunch of kids come out to watch me too.
Yeah,
They came out to watch DQ because like.
Okay.
Yeah.
That threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. I'll kick it.
Yeah. So Useless and the shopkeeper kind of move forward, and he's like, he kind of looks around and kind of makes sure there's nobody else around. He's like, "Are you at the Harpers?" Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, so he asked you that.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, cool. So he kind of flashes you his symbol, because he's also part of the Harpers. Mm-hmm. And he says, "Who sent you?"
Father Merrickson, is that right?
Yes, Father Merrickson. How's that old timer doing? And you kind of look at him. He's also looking kind of old. So look at this kind of he kind of chuckles as he says that, old timer.
He's doing all right.
Excellent. So just between the two of us, there was a strange book that I bought from a passing merchant. It's a beautiful book, and he kind of pulls it out, and everything's written in Dwarvish. He's like, I can't really read this, but I can tell that it seems pretty important. So I kind of kept it kind of in the back here and wasn't telling nobody. But yeah, I bought it from a peddler passing through town, and he told me that he bought it from a shady keelboat skipper in Womford, who, quote unquote, somehow came about a dozen similar books like this. And you know what? Since you're a Harper, you're kind of one of us. I'll give you a deal. I'll sell you this book for 25 gold.
5. Okay.
25. 25.
All right. I can do that.
Excellent. And he hands you the book and kind of waits for you to give him the gold money.
Okay. I give him the money.
Yeah, and he kind of looks at you. He's like, keep this kind of low to the ground. Sketchy things are kind of happening around here recently, and it's not great. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So just keep your ear to the ground, and hey, Father Merrison trusts you. You got my trust too. So just let me know if you have any questions.
Yeah. Is there anything else I can help out with?
I mean, do you cast spells too?
I do cast spells.
I've got some ink and parchment here if you'd like to kind of help keep things tracked down. He kind of looks at you. He's like, you seem like a smart fella, which is weird to think about for an orc, but hey, I'm not one to judge. So if you need some of that, I'm probably the only person in town that can sell it to you. I'll give you a bit of a discount too. But yeah, just feel free to come back. I've got a little bit of everything. But like I said, my weapon's probably not in the best shape. There are other people you could go to. But I do have them, and some of them are kind of cool. Some of them aren't. Some of them got stories. But if you're looking for specific things, just give me a holler, and I can probably point you in the right direction.
All right, will do.
He says, anything else?
No, not for now. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you. And he kind of wanders back into the normal part of the shop. And as him and Llus kind of walk back in, the children kind of see him, kind of give DQ just like a look, just to be like, he's here and back, so we're good to go. And they kind of just disappear back into kind of like where they came from.
Where did they come from?
He's like, oh, the kids? Oh, yeah. I pay them a silver a day, and they kind of just keep an eye on the shop when I'm out and about. Just to make sure nobody steals nothing. And,
Silver a day?
yeah, silver a day, they're like 10. Silver day's pretty good.
I suppose you're right.
Do you need anything?
No, I just kind of came for the ride. I don't think I'm looking for anything particular. I just know, Llus was pretty keen to come here, so.
Cool, fair enough. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And Llus, like I said, need anything, you come talk to me, alright?
Yeah, I'll do.
So goodbye. And he
leaves.
Yep. Cool, sweet. So I'm just going to say that you guys head back to the bar now. You're just heading back to the Swinging Sword?
Yep.
Cool. Alright, sweet. So
I'd rather take a nap for the evening.
Yeah. So we'll say that's where we kind of end tonight's session. And yeah, we'll kind of go from there next week.